What is up? What is up? What is going on, good people? What is going on, good people? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back up in here live in effect. I'd like to thank, I'm missing something. I'd like to thank everybody who's in attendance. Make sure you hit the like button, whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. Whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on in. We're going to be talking about a number of things. This conversation was kind of sparked from something, the conversation that was going on right at the end of the last show, where the conversation of women coming back to the table, or somebody, one of my subscribers with the funniest name ever, Sodomy and Chicken, was saying these dudes, they red pill aware, but they want blue pill solutions. They want women to come back to the table. And I never even use that kind of language because I don't know what the hell that means. Women come back to the table. I never even understand what that means. Like what Logan JJ said down there, what table? The overseas table. Last time I checked, they need a passport for that one. But shout out to everybody in the building. We're about to be getting into this. We're about to get this thing started. So strap on in. Got an interesting one lined up for you today. We're about to break a number of things down. So come on in, strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
What is going on? What is going on, good people? Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Hit the like button, whether you're catching it live or you're catching it after it's uploaded. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. Appreciate each and every one of you being in attendance today. Appreciate each and every one of you being in attendance today. Shout out to the early bird squad, those that make it in bright and early before we even get things started. Shout out to Kuma. He says they are coming back to the table in order to take over the table again. Not on my watch. Shout out to Perry, who came right through at the start of the show with a Cash App. And he did one at the end of the last show, and I missed it. So shout out to you. Do appreciate that. Jay Monta reacts in the building, says, sup, y'all. Jay Monta says, it mean nothing for them to return to the table after they done blew it up with TNT. They say they ain't our women. I haven't heard him say that. Maybe you listening to the divestors. I haven't exactly heard them say that. I heard them say plenty of things. I haven't heard them say they're not our women. Even though it was an interesting thing that was talked about on Kevin Samuels' show. He had asked, do black women belong to black men? And the chick got funny or iffy in her answer. And then He said, okay, do white women belong to white men? She was like, yeah. Do Hispanic and Latino women belong to Hispanic and Latino men? Do Asian women belong to Asian men? And then he said, do black women belong to black men? And then she started, well, skip that, she started, fumbling all over the place. So you might be on to something. That was the only time I ever heard that really enunciated. But they say they ain't our women, and I'm inclined to believe them by their actions. Shout out to you. Uneducated Lame in the building says, just listening to an older stream. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. He says, what table? The overseas table last time. This is Logan JJ says, the overseas table. Last time I checked, they need a passport for that one. Hoop Jargon in the building says, salute. Red Scorpio in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Uneducated Lame again. He says they do coming back to the table in their late 30s and early 40s with kids. Right on. Yep, that's what we cover that heavy over here. Brenda Muema in the building says, good morning, everyone. Omega, shout out to you again. Shout out to Maury Mo Returns. Said it means that Keisha has completely left the room for discussion and growth. Women coming back to the table, it means Keisha has completely left the room for discussion. And I don't know. I don't even understand how what your sentence is exactly saying. But Black Wolf Inc. in the building says, open your mind and wake your black ass up. Salute, Captain, as always. Let's go. Absolutely, absolutely. Electrician 480 in the building. Shout out to each and every one of you. We about to be getting into this. Let me read a couple more as we get things started here. Wait for people to make it on in here. Make sure you hit the like button. Brenda says, I still say, if you are single, no children, you are the table. Women who I see, that's why this table talk confuses the fuck out of me, because I don't know what that means. You are the table. Like, it's some of this stuff I don't know what the hell we talking about. You are the table. I don't know what that means. Women who have kids and children, and women who have kids and the child father is alive, no table is available. I don't be knowing what this stuff means half the time. Any woman that leaves the relationship / table and the boo-boo and that boo-boo the fool of a man takes her back, best believe she coming back to finish what she started. See, when people talk about women coming back to the table, they're not talking about taking some old chick back. They're not taking some chick that you was previously messing with back. It's really speaking, it's really speaking more along the lines, and this is how I understood it. And even as I understand it, I still don't think it makes that much sense, but it really speaks along the lines. I think the best discussion I had on it was when me and Mike and Vince Perkins said the black community need a new social contract. That's essentially what they're talking about when they're talking about, from a group standpoint, women coming back to some table. Like I always say, what exactly does it mean? What exactly does it mean? I think a lot of the times they're talking about a larger social contract between men and women, or in this case, black men and black women. I think that's essentially what they're talking about. That's essentially what they're talking about. So we're going to get into that. Like I said, on my last show, the conversation got interesting. Somebody came up, which I think he was making gaslighting arguments. But there are people in this space that have yielded or bent to many of the gaslighting arguments. Hold on real quick. RM says, I am the table refers to the phrase bring something to the table. No, I get that. I get that. When they say bring something to the table and the person says, I am the table, I still don't know what that means. When they say I am the table, I still don't know what that means. I still don't know what that means. But let's go ahead and try to suss out what we're talking about here when we're talking about women coming back to the table. Now, the reason that this got interesting, because the guy came up and started trying to say things along the lines of these men in the black manosphere. What did he say? Damn it, how did I forget this? He had said something along the lines, these men in the black manosphere. He had said something about pussyfooting around or being, too nice or too soft on something. And I'm like, when it comes to taking a hard stance against the fuckery that black women do, I said there's no group of men, there's no collection of men that call out the bullshit, harder, and is more, are more. There's no group of men that are more likely, or let's say we are the less likely to accept and tolerate bullshit. I think the run of the mill average Joe black dude brother walking around is more apt to accept or tolerate bullshit or take a bad deal than the average person within this space who's consuming this kind of content. That's what I say, and that's what I stand on. But a lot of people was disagreeing with that. Sodomy and Chicken, who has the funniest name on YouTube, said most of the manosphere is purple pill. That's turning into another one of those ill-defined terms that people just use to try to jab at or insult somebody or insult the space. Just say, oh, they are purple pill. And some people literally goes as far to say that if you're in a relationship, you are purple pill. If you're in a relationship, that means you're red pill aware, but you're engaging in blue pill activity. But I'm saying your scope is a little small if you actually believe that the only way that you could be in a relationship is to be a capitulating simp. You could be in a relationship with a woman, and that woman could absolutely adore you, love your dirty drawers, eat out your hand, and be willing to walk blindfolded off a cliff if you told her to. Did that make you a simp? A woman who does what you say when you say do it, that make you that make you purple pill? Because that's a man running his shit. Now, if a man says he's in a relationship and he listen to him talk and he's saying a bunch of simpish, pandering, capitulating things, then you could say, nah, he's red pill aware. He's red pill aware, but you could tell that he's folded and caved in. If he's folding and caving in with his talking points, he's probably folding and caving in his relationship and probably taking a bad deal. Those are things that you could legitimately say. Ed said, "Hey, am I doing the panel early?" No, I got some things to get into. I got some things to get into, Ed. Then I'll do it a little later. But y'all hit the like button. I see people coming on through on the super chat end. Shout out to Black Wolf in the building. Shout out to Devin Mitchell, says many black women barely bring anything to the table, whereas black men have to bring the whole house. As based off the talking points, and when they come in, when a relationship that they really truly going to respect, is some truth in that. But the fact of the matter is, if you really out there, you know it ain't always like that. I mean, we can't in one breath say they be smashing homosexuals and dudes that ain't shit, and then also on another breath say that they require all of this. But to some degree, at least from what they're mouthing, for them to get in a relationship that they're going to actually respect, where they're going to respect the man just based off their words, yeah, they make it seem like he got to be all that six figure this, six figure that. And there, for some women, there is some truth in that. They're going to be constantly monkey branching, going to the next, and not necessarily hypergamy. Because I look, if women were just all about climbing at her hypergamy ladder, and then that's what they chose men based off strictly off that, then I would have no problem with it. But they get with men for some of the most ridiculous, erratic, emotional reasons, to the point to where that they and until they feel like they hit the jackpot, they're always going to be on some bullshit. That's why the divorce rates are so high. That's why so many relationships end. When we be ending these relationships, I always say, did he leave you and the kids, or do you leave him and take the kids with you? Like that, all of that is going on because they be getting into relationships with men who, for whatever reason, not a lot of times I would say not even for good reasons, that they don't respect, or they think that they could do something better, and they get on some bullshit, and we know and we understand that bullshit. We know and understand exactly what that bullshit is. But the whole concept of dudes just throwing out this purple pill stuff at people like Sodomy and Chicken, he has said most of the dudes, and I got some screenshotted quotes because we're gonna be talking about a lot of what was going on in the chat room that I couldn't address. I couldn't address because I was in the middle in the middle of doing my show. All right. In Sodomy and Chicken, he also said, many of them are expecting black women to change. I guess that he's trying to make the argument that, I guess, if you're expecting black women to change, you are purple pill. I don't buy the argument that calling out the bullshit, that's most of what the manosphere does. I don't buy the argument that that's expecting them to change. But I think it's more important, given the fact that they are how they are, many of them are how they are, what are you doing in the process? Are you on your knees begging please, or do you understand how to move accordingly? That's really what it comes down to. The judo that people have tried to pull, and the dude tried to come up on my panel and pull it, and I think Sodomy and Chicken and a lot of people are trying to pull that in the chat room. They're basically saying that if you are aware of the bullshit, talk about the bullshit, raise awareness to the bullshit, that you're somehow on your knees begging please, baby please, trying to get them to stop. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. But the fact of the matter is, are you equipped and prepared to do what's necessary in the process? That's why you never hear me criticizing guys who passport. I think the men like me who haven't passported, what ends up happening is you find out over time, especially when you get a standard, the percentage of women that you be willing to actually deal with in a serious way shrinks and gets real small. That's what you end up finding out. This percentage of women you're willing to deal with shrink and get real small. Now, calling out the bullshit that goes on does not mean that you're tolerating and accepting bullshit. I accept zero bullshit when it comes to women in my life. I accept zero, absolutely 100. I mean, just 100% zero bullshit. That makes no sense. I accept zero bullshit, and I encourage other brothers to operate the same way. However you're dealing with the woman, I embolden you to deal with it. Man, get out of there, Paul Game. You're reading my mind. It's the new version of it. Calling somebody purple pill was the new version of that, but I ain't even get out of there. I didn't come here to do that. Oh man. Are you getting it on your terms? That's where it's at for me. You know, you can't say that somebody is purple pill. And I hold on, let me get to these super chats. I'm about to really break down what I mean here. Well, shout out to Christian Hutchison. He says, coming back to the table equals the restaurant is full. She has $7, wants a $47 steak. It's winter. You stood next to her in the lobby, so she eats too. That's somebody letting the woman back to the table and accepting a bad deal. I don't mind the idea of women coming back to the table. The issue is, and I hate this term come back to the table because, put it like this. A woman came to my table. I didn't fold, I didn't bend, I didn't capitulate. I got the deal that I wanted. It don't matter. Like if you, the problem isn't the woman coming back. The problem is, what do you do when she get there? The problem isn't that the woman is there at the table. The problem is, what do you do while she's there? Is it like she's there, then it's like, okay, you back on your knees, baby, please, bend, fold, capitulate, accept a bad deal. If that's what it is, then that's a problem. The woman is at your table, and I mean, I'll go here to speak to my situation. My woman, she love my dirty drawers. She do what I say when I tell her to do it. She eat out my hand. She'll walk blindfolded off a cliff if I told her to. That's a woman at the table, and I'm getting exactly what I want out of the deal. That's a good situation. That does not mean you're purple pill. That does not mean you have folded. Like, show me a man who's getting the exact deal that he wants. Show me a man who has a relationship on his terms. I will show you a man who's winning in that situation. Now, if he goes sign some legally binding documents at the courthouse, then he just gave the power back to her to some degree. I mean, not to some degree. Then he's giving up some of the power he has in the situation. But you can't tell me that a man is somehow at fault if he's running a relationship and running it properly. That is that you can't put no nonsense to it. But what Christian is talking about is how a lot of people view women coming back to the table. Like they're gonna come back and the dude is just gonna fold, is gonna bend. You know the term one blowjob away. That's how people are looking at it. So even if you're even if you're in the least bit, if you're in the least bit open to a relationship or got a relationship, you must be a folding, caving, blue pill, simping, pandering, dude. But anyway, Sertice in the building. Sertice in the building says, "What's the point of coming to the imaginary table if it's not going to be a good faith negotiation? Hold the line, gents." Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely, 100%. You know, and I hate the term "come back to the table" because I don't want to speak too much for myself. In my eyes, like nobody ever really left the table. It was just a bad social contract that brothers are saying no to. I'll say that. Nobody ever really left the table. It's just a bad social contract that brothers are saying no to, and brothers are right now saying that no, the yesterday's price is not today's price. That's basically what is being said. The perception is that a dude just gonna get just a little. She's just gonna rub him on the shoulder. She's gonna massage him right there, and then he's gonna fold and cave, and then just go right back to tolerating bullshit from her. That's how dudes view it. And I wouldn't be shocked if it's some dudes operating like that. I wouldn't be shocked if it's some dudes operating like that. The problem is when people try to paint a broad stroke and say that's everybody is like that, or this whole space is like that, or this or that. That's what people get on some goofy shit. Osmosis React says, "I thought purple pill mean when you was the red pill mindset and aware of the BS, but you are going to get in a relationship anyways and move correct. Your red pill mindset and aware of the BS, but you are going to get in a relationship anyways." That's not it. That's not it. It's only that problem from my perspective. If you put it like this, if you have a red pill mindset and you understand women, you understand how women operate. You can be in a relationship. How are you conducting yourself and moving in that relationship? A woman, a woman operating on your terms and giving you everything you want. How could you say? How could you say that he's purple pill? That's my biggest issue with this whole thing. That's my biggest issue with this whole thing. Talking about women coming back to the table and your purple pill and your this and your that, your blah blah blah. That's the biggest problem with it. Super chats coming through. People trying to bring y'all into get the likes up too. Get the likes up. Lord Love Smith says, "Make her suffer once she come back to." I'll tell you, oh my goodness, you're talking about it from the perspective as if a woman was with you, she left you on some bullshit, and then she came back. Then yeah, I agree with well, I don't agree with what Alpha Strategy just used to say, but yeah, what he started saying, she gonna suck a whole lot of dick. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. If she was actually with you and for whatever stupid reason you let her come back after she, disappeared on some bullshit, you let her come back, then yeah, she gotta really earn and work her way in. But my thing is the woman who was never gone and came back, the woman who just shows up, she should have to really work her way in as well. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. But another comment before I go to showing some screenshots. Before I start showing some screenshots, Pablo said he said this is Pablo's analysis of the conversation we was having at the end of the show. He said he came on the panel and said something, but this was something that he said in the comment section that I missed and I didn't see. He said they call it out, meaning calling out all the BS and all that, blah blah blah. They call it out, but they are not willing to walk away. I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree. You can't define separating from the nonsense. You can't just put it in a box and say your particular brand of doing that is the only way of doing it. Somebody who says I'm only going to deal with a certain caliber women of a certain temperament, women that women that treat men or treat me a certain way, and that, like, men who say that and draw a hard line with that, yeah, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter what region or country that woman comes from, or the shade of skin tone or amount of melanin in that woman, if she's behaving properly. Now, if you want to argue that women overseas, it's a more target rich environment for that type of women, I won't argue with you. But what will end up happening is when you operate like that and you stand on your square and stand on your principles on what you're going to deal with, what you won't tolerate, and what you will accept, you will end up, even if it's a smaller percentage of them, even if it's not quite as target rich environment, the women that you deal with here will be women who operate like that. That's just flat out. That's end of, you know. So that's how it operates. So I do think men in this space, whether they're passporting or not, I think men in this space are less likely to deal with strag or out of pocket behavior than the run of the mill American man. So in that sense, you have walked away from the bullshit. Now, where we at though? Hold on. And this is where, hold on, I think I'm missing something. Oh no, that's it. I presume that's it. All right. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is Sodomy and Chicken. Yeah, one of the best names, one of the best names in all of YouTube. I gotta give him his props. Sodomy and Chicken. One out of those two things, one of them is awesome and the other one is horrible. One of them is awesome and the other one is horrible. Now, what he goes on to say was interesting. What he goes on to say is interesting here. Sodomy and Chicken says, red plus blue, I guess he's referring to purple. He says, they are red pill aware, but they are hoping for blue pill solutions. Red pill aware, but hoping for blue pill solutions. What exactly is a blue pill solution? Is a blue pill solution a relationship, a family? I mean, is that, are you defining? I mean, are you define? Would you define a man being a patriarchal leader of his household? You know, being blue pill. So, like, what do you mean by that? You know, this is sort of how the title of the show, the genesis of the show started, kind of from, this comment right here. He says, red plus blue. They are red pill aware, but they are expecting blue pill solutions. Expecting women to come back to the table shows that they are still holding out hope. I said it once, I said it again. A woman can be at my table. A woman can be at my table. That does not mean that I'm going to fold or go blue pill. That does not mean I'm going to fold or go blue pill. Again, if a man is in a relationship, and of course, Weather said he's right. If a man is in a relationship, that does not mean that he's purple pill. That man, if that man is running that relationship, if that man is in control, if the woman follows his lead, if that woman is submissive to him, if the woman does what he says, that is a man who is running his shit. Now, y'all say that ain't possible, but y'all understand game when it comes to, like, for example, a pimp. Y'all think a pimp could run and manage 10 women and have them going out and sucking other people's dick and bringing him back all the money, and he just paying with a pat on the head and a line of coke? Y'all think one man could manage 10 women like that? Y'all think I can't fucking manage one? Y'all think I can't get one chick to be on board for what the fuck I want, but a goddamn pimp can get 10 of them to do it? Like, that's where y'all just get stupid. It's like, y'all understand female nature when it comes to a pimp running game on some hoes, but y'all think y'all powerless too? I mean, I'm not just saying it's just an easy thing. You could just, put on a pimp hat with a feather in it, and all of a sudden you just gonna have control over women like that. But I'm just saying, goddamn. Like, goddamn, when you get to that point where you say a man interacting with a woman other than just a quick bang bang and I'm out, then he blue pill. That's when y'all get ignorant with it. That's when y'all get ignorant with it. So he's saying they expecting women to come back to the table. Let me hold on. Let me. I always love when Hood Server drop a comment. He said, "Purple pill means you would rather be loved than respected." I agree with that. If you're going to go back and be on some bending, yielding, and capitulating to whatever she wants, then it's like you would just rather just have somebody warm body next to you at all costs, even if you're not respected. But if you're with a woman and you maintain that damn respect, no, you're not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything out of pocket. Hell, is natural order. Is natural order. Men and men and women being together. Now, women have flipped the social order upside down. A person drawing a line and saying that I'm only going to deal with women if it's a social order or construct or situation that that's on my terms, and my terms are tough. You are still red pill. You are still getting what you want and what you need out of the situation. A blue pill solution is like thinking she will do the right thing because she loves you. I understand that one, but I also understand there's a such thing as a. I understand completely what you're saying. Your blue pill if you're thinking that she's just gonna do if you're thinking she's just gonna be good for goodness sake because women are good, because they're genuinely good people. That's when you blue pill. That's when you blue pill. Now, if you looking at it from a day to day, week to week, month to month standpoint, and she's doing everything right now, and there is a such thing as a woman getting emotionally entangled and wrapped up in a man. I mean, yeah, we understand that when y'all start talking about, are they, have their their lust for certain types of men. Like, we do understand that. We do understand a woman can get emotionally wrapped up into a man, get an affinity for a man, and then just and do anything for that dude. Like, we do understand that. We do understand that that's a thing. Weather in the building again says you can't change them. Who the fuck is trying to change them? I didn't have to change my woman. She showed up. She showed up loving everything about me. What the hell are you talking about changing them? So why do you guys waste so much energy complaining about women? No, we talk about women to an audience of men, and men get aware of what's going on out there, and we chart the course on how you should move out there, how you should understand the programming, how you should understand the bullshit that they put out there through the media, how you can understand how when they say the bullshit about black men, you are well equipped to counter the bullshit that they say about black men, which means you're less likely to accept the gaslighting that a woman will do in your life, because if you listening to me properly, you won't accept the gaslighting that they do in the media and all the movies and all the stuff that they do to try to program us into being little blue pill good boys. Don't try to flip that around and say that why are we just complaining about women? No, we are going hard doing what's necessary, giving men the knowledge, the game, and understanding that they need when it comes to dealing with these women. So you talk about complaining about these women. No, we're talking about these women, and the shit that women do is problematic, and men do need to have this unfiltered conversations about the problematic shit. Don't try to depict it that way. When you do that, you're running interference for the bitch. You're being a simp enforcer. You're being a gynocratic goon. You're trying to work to keep men blue pill while being like weather. And see, now this is where y'all get furthermore ignorant right here. Shout out to Stephen, educated Tyrone. Said nothing wrong with being purple pill. You're just red pill aware dude that still does relationships. I will ask the question again. If you're in a relationship and it's the exact deal that you want, and you're getting exactly what you want out of that relationship, you getting all the respect you require, all the submission you require, all the compliance you require. She's doing what you say when you say it, and you are leading and running that shit, and she eats out of your hand. Are you then purple pill? Answer that question, yes or no. I want to hear y'all answer. Yes or no? John Dokes says yes. So even wow. You're saying a man is purple pill. You're saying a man is purple pill if he got a woman eating out of his hand doing whatever he wants her to do. You're saying he's purple pill. Y'all are gone if that's the case. And now, Sora, see where you're going wrong with that. You're saying Weather been here too long for you to keep explaining to him. You're not convincing him. It's not about convincing him. It's about the same thing with the women. You combat the bullshit before your audience of men so they can hear it, know it, and understand it. You said, I'm trying to change the definition of red pill. I think you're merging being red pill and MGTOW together. I think you're merging red pill and MGTOW together. That's what I think you're doing. I don't think nowhere in it did it say if you got a woman, you're not red pill. I've never heard that one. I've never heard that one. Never heard that shit. Whether it says Bernard, got to stop relegating it to women. My show is about the social dynamics between men and women. So when we talk about red pill, we're going to talk about red pill from the perspective of men and women. He said, y'all center everything around women. Red pill doesn't start and stop with women. I know that my first red pill awakening, and they literally called it red pill. This was like back in 2005, 2006, when it had something to do with religion. I used to be a fundamentalist Christian, and I thought my way and read my way out of that position. I thought my way and read my way out of that position. And the guy, it was a podcast I was actually listening to. It was a black dude who was calling himself Morpheus. He was offering people the red pill when it came to religion. A lot of people had their red pill experience when they were just a fundamentalist liberal. I would say they voted for the Democratic Party through and through, hands down, 100%. Voted for the Democratic Party, hands down, 100%. Then they started doing some research and studying, and they sift through all the bullshit that the liberals was putting out there, and then they essentially like took the red pill when they got more conservative, so to speak. That they call it that, or you could say taking a red, even somebody who's who sees the true nature and reality, for let's just say the people that say I don't trust either party. That person, if he's seeing the true nature of reality to both parties, and he say, nah, I can't fuck with either, I would say that person, if he went from just voting Democrat because Mama and them said it, to really studying it itself and seeing the matrix code on politics, then yeah, that person got red, that person got red pill in terms of politics. That's why when I always talk about Candace Owens, when she became a Republican or a conservative, her YouTube channel, her original YouTube channel, it was called Red Pill Black, meaning she took the red pill when it comes to politics, and she's black. That's why it was called Red Pill Black. So trust me when I say I understand 100%. I understand 100% that that red pill is not strictly about women. I think when it comes to Logan J said, I told you vote Biden. See, now I done fucked around and had to put it in. I done fucked around and had to put it in early. Tay Diggs red pilled Morris Chestnut when he found out Tay smashed his girl in the best mate. That's a good one. Y'all done made me put the link in early because I had to stumble into some debate on this one. I had to stumble into some debate on this one. But shout out to hold on, I can't even tell who the hell this is. Shout out to, come on, my phone is on his plantation wireless shit today. My phone is on his plantation wireless shit today. But your Cash App is called Marriage or Hell Nah. He says fire today. Keep preaching, bro. It's called Marriage or Hell or Hell Nah. Hell Nah. What the fuck? That's weird. I appreciate the Cash App, but that's weird. I appreciate the Cash App, but that sounds weird. That's a Cash App name. Like $ marriage or hell nah. What in the hell? Shout out to Perry once again for that Cash App. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. But anyway, going back to what I was originally talking about, what does coming back to the table really mean? If it means that that women are supposedly trying to be less wayward and more, into relationships and all of that and blah blah blah, it's not, like I said, it's not a problem that they're coming back to the table. The problem comes in, and what do you do when they get there? That is the problem. That is the issue. That to me, that is the only thing. If you fold completely and just go full simp mode, if that's what happens, then yeah, then yeah, you worse. I don't even know if to say. I mean, we could say you purple pill, but it's worse. I mean, in that way the purple pill is actually worse than blue. And I hate to even term purple pill, but I'm going down that rabbit hole today. The purple pill is worse because you know better, but you're doing it anyway. The blue pill is actually ignorant and don't know better. Purple pill is worse because that means you know better and you're doing it anyway. But are we seriously going to sit here and say somebody is purple pill if they're getting the exact deal that they want? If they're getting exactly what they want out of the situation. Real quick before we go, there was another comment in there. He says, exactly, men in the manosphere want and need approval of Black women for them to make a decision. You're not a man at that point. You're just an elevated boy. See, and that's where the nonsense come in. Now you probably should name names on that. It's probably a particular individual I think you're talking about on that. But but that's where it turns into nonsense. A lot of y'all will take us picking apart the bullshit and doing this content as somehow seeking approval. Like I don't be understanding what y'all be meaning when y'all be on when it come to that. But I did open this up earlier. I had a number of things that I was planning on getting getting into. I had a number of things I was planning on getting into. Sir Tyson. I'm gonna go to Sir Tice first on this one. Shout out to Sir Tice. Stefan, come up. You gotta come up. You gotta come up. You are required to come up, Stefan, the educated Tyrone. You are required to come up. Sir Tice in the building. What's going on? What you got?
Salute. It's I don't know who that is above me. I thought I saw Osrio, but salute
That's
to you all.
Perfect Billis.
Hey, what's up, Perfect? How you doing, man?
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Yo, I was gonna say something completely different. Okay, why is it whenever this topic or something like this comes up, it's time to take your shot at the manosphere hour or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
So you in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
I'll say it, whatever. We cool, whatever. Angry man's in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that makes them purple pill. If you still smash women, that makes you purple pill. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is it with these, and where do people? I would like to hear some specific examples where people say, "Oh, you just want approval or whatever," and all this. I'm assuming that's why you asked Stefan, educated Tyrone, to come up, right?
Yeah, well, he said Bernard is purple pill, so I just want to see how hard he's going to stand in that. I was going to throw the Angry Man example out there. I was going to say, okay, so is Angry Man purple pill? Like
Well,
I do want people to just. I guess that's a discussion that could be had.
salute to
It's
you,
how you
brother.
are you seriously willing to sit there and say a man is purple pill because he's in a relationship, but he's running that relationship. She follows his lead. She's submissive to him. Is he purple pill?
I do you really think it's about literally being purple pill, or is this a way to throw a shot at the sphere?
Just a way to throw the shot at the sphere. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll just read some of the comments. Yeah,
So, but all right, I know I go to perfect Billis. What's going on? What you got on this?
Man, what's up, man? Man, a couple of things. Now, earlier, well, the point that you're addressing right now when you're asking what's purple pill. Now, before you read the one comment where the guy said that a lot of people are red pill aware but are looking for blue pill solutions. Now, I did make a comment where I was like, there are a lot of guys. I
Hey,
get what he's
Stefan,
saying.
Steph, let me know right now if you're able to come up. Let me know right now if you're able to come up. All right, go ahead.
No, I was saying that I get what he was saying because there are a lot of guys, and my point was that there are a lot of guys who talk like us. They talk that talk, but what they're really going through is red pill rage because when they finally do end up in a relationship, I mean, how many of them do you see who just it's like they never knew about any of this stuff. I mean, they just completely flip the script and become everything they talked about.
Are you
So
talking about people who like have changed their talking points?
not necessarily. I mean, I'm thinking more so about real life. I mean, people I've known for real who talk this way, who talk say much the same things that we say, but then their solution when they finally get into a relationship, these are guys who just, I mean, these dudes becoming stepdaddies and they dealing with sister girl types and all kind of shit. It's like,
Yeah,
right there, what
that
happened, bro?
bullshit.
I
Right
find
there, what happened, man? But
perfect.
but
Perfect. I mean, perfect. Let me chime in just real brief on this.
yeah,
I find a lot of the guys who are in situations that they know they can't get out of, whether, the lady's name is on the lease or they live with her or whatever, are some of the biggest critics of this space. It's like they wish they could express the freedom, that we have. And when I say we, I'm speaking for myself, you
yeah.
know.
Was that comment to Perfect Billis?
No, I'm saying just in general, but
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
agreeing with them.
Okay. Okay, all right.
Nah,
Yeah, modern day problems in the building with $10 super chat. I do appreciate that. Appreciate everybody supporting the stream. 278 people in here. Yeah, hit the like button. You say the
gotcha.
purple pill space is bigger. What are you calling the purple pill space?
Hey, to Weather's
I
comment
don't,
real quick, and
this
perfect, you
this
need to go. Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
this one right here.
yeah.
Nah,
So as a
Okay,
Gen
can we talk about the Gen Xers who dominate this space and Black YouTube in general who promote gender wars with black what is the gender war is just the
the
good old
ginger boy.
fashioned bat
man,
oh yeah whoa hold on y'all.
go ahead.
The gender war is just the good old fashioned battle of the sexes. Men have their opinion, women have their opinion. They debate and have intellectual discourse and back and forth over the ideas and blah blah blah. Like that's not that big of a deal. That's just good old fashioned that's good. It's good old fashioned debate. Like what's that's no big deal. He says
That's a
those Gen Xers who are hurt and resentful on both sides. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about again. Whether
I'm gonna tell you what that means, man. Because they, like the gaslighters, those who want to try and be manipulative, but who are not smart enough to do it, they got a really bad habit of taking these really nothing but people expressing their opinions and trying to like it to being violent or something. They got a really bad habit of doing that.
yeah. Whether is just a walking straw man. He's just a walking straw man argument. It's like it's bad. Is bad. But
Man, do you mind? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, man, I'm just gonna speak directly on the question itself. Like, what does it mean, or at least from my standpoint, the coming to the table part? Now, coming to the table, as we know, means a negotiation. And when you're negotiating something, you're obviously going to try and do it in a way that you give up as little as you can, but try and get as much as you can. Try and drive it, as much to your advantage as possible. So, with that being said, coming to the table for both parts, that's exactly what they're going to be doing. And see, with the mindset that goes on in this space and stuff, is like, can a lot of these guys accept the fact that, hey, man, the women, when they come to the table, which means to negotiate, they're going to try and get something that's slightly more advantageous to them, So, and what I mean by that is, or the point where I'm going with that is simply this: in negotiations, there's no emotions. So all the stuff about, get with who you love and all that, when it comes to negotiating to get what's beneficial to you, and in the case of a relationship, we're talking about survival, fuck love. I mean, people are thinking about utility, survival, like what's necessary. So to me, this is where I'm gonna get really so-called, red pill. The whole idea of getting with someone based on love, to me, is a stupid idea, because okay, you talk to older guys.
Hello?
What, you there?
You faded out for a second. Well, we got that pause in the action. I'm gonna go to Stefan, educated Tyrone, because
A marriage is
he
so
said,
really.
hold on, wait, hold on, perfect, because you had faded out for a second.
Oh,
Your
okay.
Negro, your plantation wireless kicked in. I'm gonna go to Stefan. I'm gonna go to Stefan real quick because he at work, so I don't know how much time he got, and he gave me some pushback from the chat room. So, is it your understanding, Stefan, educated Tyrone? You say that any man in any relationship at all, he is not red pill. He's purple pill. If he's in any relationship at all, even if that woman is eating out of his hand, doing whatever he say, giving him, doing whatever he want, he is purple pill in your estimation. Stefan, that was to you.
Wait, can you hear me?
Is that Stefan talking? Yeah. I can hear you.
I this is the first time I used my phone to connect, so I'm not sure if it.
Okay, could you hear my question?
Oh no, what did you? Because I had to move closer to my.
Okay, all right. I'll repeat.
I didn't hear the first half of it because I'm at my job.
I'll repeat it.
I had to move closer to the Wi-Fi.
I got all that. I'll repeat it. All right. So, are you saying that if a man is in any type of relationship in any way, shape, or form, that he is purple pill, even if that woman is practically eating out of his hand, doing whatever he say, giving him whatever he want, he's completely running that relationship, got 100% control, and she's giving him 100% submission? Are you saying that man is still purple pill?
Well, yeah, but that's a good thing. But granted, there's a spectrum of purple pillars, so it's not. Some of them may lean more towards red or blue, technically speaking. But I'm saying, he has enough of a backbone in that relationship, and he carries himself in such a way that that's why he's getting what he wants.
And that would mean that he's still red pill. Right?
Well, yeah, of course. That's why it's purple pill. He believes in certain
what's purple pill about him?
Romantic things, or he values romance in certain
purple. Okay, red. Okay, so that to you, that's what's purple pill about him, that he.
Because you could have a. No, I'm saying you could have a red pill or purple pill dude both get respect from women in a relationship. The difference would be their behavior and their beliefs. So you could have someone like me who is technically more lenient or more sensitive or whatever else than some other guy who considers himself like a hard stance, I believe in all these tenets of the red pill and female behavior or whatever. But we both have a backbone to some extent, and we both can get respect. Because neither of us are completely blue pill, obviously. I would just be more in the sense of I would be closer to the blue pill than he is, which is why, the purple pill term exists. But both of them could technically get respect, but the difference would be our behaviors. But a blue pill dude would be a complete simp. He would be past. I would be in the middle of the two, but the blue pill dude would be the complete opposite of the red pill dude. So we all three of us could have relationships, but the blue pill dude has none of the backbone. He has all the just believing in fantasy Disneyland type stuff.
What's the
Okay.
point of the purple? I'm confused.
I'm very confused. I thought it was me. I thought it was just me for a second, and maybe I wasn't listening or understanding completely. What you're doing, you're making it to where being purple pill don't really mean anything. It's like if any and everybody you made it worse. You made it worse. I'm just saying. You made it worse.
Wait, I'm gonna try to go upstairs and see if my signal gets better.
All right, yeah. By
Hold
all
on one
means,
second.
go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna mute you up. I'm gonna go to Black. Maybe he could make some. He can make some sense. Hold on, wait. Let me mute Stefan. Unmute yourself, Black. Pablo says, I thought red pill was about knowledge of the truth, not about having a woman or not. That would be MGTOW. Thank you, Pablo. I said it from the start that a lot of people are, holy shit. Stefan, mute yourself. All right, mute yourself too, Sir Tice. I said that from the start. A lot of people conflate being red pill with being MGTOW. Those are two different things. But Black, go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. First thing I want to start out with is, why are we trying to box everybody into one definition that, when you really look at it, it's only a definition that suits you and how you feel. If you can sit up here and say that guy's red pill, and you be doing exactly the same thing, and you feel like you blue pill, or vice versa. It doesn't make sense why we're labeling people into such, and then it's not even they're so specific boxes. The labeling is so specific. Like you get it down a red pill, and then we got to define blue pill, and now we define a purple pill, and now we define what a black pill is.
Yeah, no, I think Sir Tice got it right, and that's sort of what I've been saying. Purple pill is just it's just an insult at this point that people just recklessly just throw out there, just to try to take a jab at somebody or take a jab at the space in general. That's more or less what it has evolved to.
Wait,
That's
which one is an insult?
Calling somebody purple.
That's a compliment. Bernard, I'm purple.
Man, this is why I shouldn't even start it.
You hate that echo.
This is no, it ain't the echo. This is why I shouldn't even start it. I should have just stayed 100% on topic. I should have stayed 100. You having some problems, Stefan. But yeah, when he say that, no, purple is a compliment. I'm purple. It's like, okay, that's when we done. Pablo got it right. It's about awareness and understanding of the truth. I understand the concept. If you understand everything, but you still go and put yourself in a bad situation, I get it, and I get why they want a name for that. But I think some people have went far with it, and they have essentially said that if you engage in a relationship at all, even if it's on your terms, they want to try to demote you and say, "Oh, you ain't red pill, you ain't this, you ain't that," and it gets goofy. Right when the word goofy came out of my mouth, Body Thug commented goofy. That's where this shit just gets it gets
silly.
You see Bill Stryker's comment, because this is an interesting twist I've heard before. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it, but I think it's a good conversation point here. I personally believe red pillars stand on what they believe, so I don't think that Steve Harvey is by any means red pill. Now, he may have awareness of it, but that I don't want to use the term sell out, whatever. But to me, being manipulative or deceptive is not something to be stand up about. In other words, it's kind of like being a Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson know good and
That
damn well what he's talking.
those listen, to me, those were the original purple pillars.
Right.
People like Derek Jackson, like you can't effectively lie to women the way that he do and not understand their true nature. So he understands the true nature of women. He's just selling them some bullshit for profit. So basically I viewed purple pill as you're practically just flat out lying. you're,
Right.
you're using platform to lie to people. You're being purple pill. That's how I looked at it. The way that extrapolates to somebody's personal life is if they understand what's going on, they just keep walking into the buzz saw, or they willfully do it, or they cave, they fold, they capitulate, they do whatever they have to do. They do whatever they have to do just to get some female affection. Like that's where I take it. That's why I had to give hard pushback, because when I look at men like a grown man business who's married with a bunch of kids,
Right.
you can't call that man. You can't call that. Listen to him talk. You can't call him anything other than red pill.
Right.
Like,
right.
come on. That's where my pushback was at on the whole thing.
Yeah, not to bring morality in it, because everybody's morality is different. But I believe, bottom line, if you lie, you'll lie about any damn thing. So how can I believe you on one hand, oh, I'm just doing that to get my money or whatever, how do I know how you're going to interact with me on some shit? Or if you, using the same, the same skullduggery with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All goddamn day. So yeah, the purple pill thing get goofy to me, and people use that to just charge up the space with something, or to charge up certain individuals with something. But what's your thoughts on going back to the title topic? What does women coming back to the table mean anyway? I don't even know what that means. That's why this is open, free flowing conversation here. Go ahead.
One comment. Well, I'll just say this, kind of similar to what I said in my chat. I wouldn't believe a damn thing that, okay, let me first say this. I personally think one benefit of the space, no matter how much the detractors agree or disagree with it, is to basically find your lane or your tribe or whatever, who aligns more with you and your thing, whatever, right? You don't have to be for everybody or whatever, right? And I say that to say, why would you want to come to the table with somebody who's been deceptive and manipulative their entire life, as if they suddenly going to be like, I found Jesus and I needs me a good mains right now.
Yeah.
And we's going to be good hoes right now, sir. So what, what is it that you want? More submission? I mean, what the fuck? Who would believe that shit? And then if you're one of those guys like, no, we got to accept her in good faith. Well, then you haven't really learned shit from this platform.
Exactly. That's why I said the problem isn't that women are at the table. It's what are you doing while they're there. That's why I always speak to get it on your terms, because you can't. Because hold on, wait, time out. Because the fact of hold on, real quick, because the fact of the matter is, you can't trust her. You can't trust her. So that's why I said it's day to day, week to week, month to month. On your terms. Do a constant evaluation. Am I getting what I want? Day to day, week to week, month to month. And then you could even stretch that out. If somebody is consistently doing what you need them to do for a year, you could do a year to year evaluate. Holy shit. Come on, hold on. Wait. Y'all gotta mute up real quick. You could, if somebody's consistently giving you what you want and need day to day, week to week, month to month, and then year, then you can start doing a year to year evaluation, but still daily, monthly, and weekly evaluations in between. That's when you're you're essentially in a relationship, but you're getting what you want out of it, and she's held accountable to serve you the way that you want to be served. Like, that's in the second that she's no longer doing that, she's gone. That you can't then say that you can't say that man is in a weak position. That's what I've been hearing. People be trying to flip it and spin it, say like that man is in a weak position who's running and managing a situation like that. Like, that's how you manage and run a situation. That's how I hate to use the term, but that's how you relationship as a man. And that's, to me, that's what this space is for. Is really is teaching men, regardless of what they're doing, whether they're going overseas or SBSBM, dealing with women in America, locally, whether they black, brown, white, yellow, whatever the fuck. It's teaching men how to manage and navigate in those situations, and to run it and control it and operate in their masculinity or position of authority or power in the situation. That's essentially what we're on. And then some people trying to do a weird thing to the conversation where they're basically trying to say that, no, if you operating in any type of way, any dealing with a woman, that you blue pill or your purple pill, and then that's when it get on some bullshit. That's when it get on some bullshit. That Steph, you left the building. You left the building, as far as I'm concerned. You say, no, purple pill is a good thing. It's a compliment. I'm purple. Yeah. Like, once you say that, you left the building. But he says, Bernard, I say I'm purple pillar because I embrace romance and I'm not as harsh as red pillars in their beliefs about women. All right, man.
By the way, there was a comment in the chat from this poor George character. We're coming online to find our tribe. Did you get that out of what I said? Did you gather that out of what I said?
No.
Okay, this is the fucked up thing when you're dealing and talking sometimes with black people. There's always some nigga out there who's gonna just try to completely derail shit. And yes, I'm talking to you, Poor, and I'm not the one who timed you out. So feel free to come on up and defend what you were saying, because it's obvious you're the only one who thought that I was just saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll always try and, falsely assess your character to get around the points that you make. They always do that, man.
Right.
Yeah. Black Wolf Inc. in the building says permission to time out weather when he comes back with the fuckery 3 more times. Yeah, you can start timing him out, because he's not arguing in good faith. Hoop Jargon Media in the building says keep holding the line with sensible minded fellas out here. Thank you, Hoop Jargon. Do appreciate that. Black Wolf Inc. in the building says you can be red, purple, or blue and be in a long-term relationship / marriage. It's about you as the man. Purple is the best of both red and blue together, but with flaws. I don't know. See, I barely even play with the whole concept of purple, because I just know it's used as it's used as a bullshit insult.
It's like adding an additional letter to like the LGBT elemental P or whatever. It's like, okay, purple. I've even heard burgundy, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm even.
I'm done. But we got somebody. Go ahead.
And I was gonna tell them, like, it's like most things, man. When it comes to some black folks, I mean, the only thing anything ever means is that they disagree with you. That's all it means. But
or they don't like you, or they got some kind of agenda of some sort. That's all
it usually means. So I mean, they call you purple pill, they call you this name, that name. All it means is that they don't like or they disagree with something you said. That's all. But hey, do you mind if I finish? Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You can finish up your point.
Yeah, because what I was saying earlier, the first point is that the whole idea of purple pill meaning you're in a relationship. Well, not really, because hell, not every damn so-called blue pill dude is in a relationship. As a matter of fact, hell, most of them are damn single, which is why they fucking pander. So, with that being said, that being said, now what I was saying earlier about negotiation being what it means coming back to the table, the last point I wanted to make about that, I was saying that the whole idea of, because when you negotiate, it's a business deal. You're trying to get what you want, but at the same time trying to figure out how you can sacrifice the least. So, and I was like, that's a logical process. And when it comes to that, fuck love. Like the whole idea of making a decision, a survival decision based on love, which is an emotion, and emotions cloud your judgment, right? So I feel like when you're negotiating to get what you want on both sides, you're being rational. You're thinking about, okay, so I need this, I need this in my life, that in my life, whatever. And that's what y'all are going off of. It's not about no damn love. I mean, hell, choosing to fool with somebody based on love is why the fucking girl is out there dating the so-called charismatic bums or the thugs in the first place. They're not thinking about survival. They're not thinking about utility. They're going off of emotions, love. As a matter of fact, and these women out here now who are saying they want a high value man or this guy who's going to protect this and that, they're not going off of love. They're going off of practicality, off of utility. Now they're thinking about what they want and need to survive. They're not thinking about how they want to love these men. No. So that's what it means coming back to the table, in my opinion. You trying to get what you really need to get by in this world with a partner.
Yeah, and that's why I always say that you made a good point when you talk about when women they going for what they want and they have their little thing, their little requirements or whatever, But that's why I say with men, whatever you got going on, relationship or no relationship, make whatever interaction you have going on with women, make sure you get it on your terms.
Yeah, can I add to what he said also?
That's where I'm at with it. Well, I want to see if Golden Eye Jack see what he got on this. If he got pushback or disagreement or something. But go ahead, Golden Eye Jack. See what's up.
I am like the U.S. I do not negotiate with terrorists. She will either capitulate or she will be dismissed. That's how it is.
According to some, you would be still considered purple pill if you get 100% compliance to your demands. You're still purple pill if you engage in that relationship.
Engaging in a relationship does not make you purple pill. The purple pill is your belief of how you believe the world is going to react. That's saying like, okay, like purple pills are the man that they go out in the middle of the sea necessarily, or go out in the middle of like I said, a lake or an ocean and believe, oh, you know what, God gonna save me if I just sit out here long enough. A red pill man is gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have to get me a floating device, give me a rope, and I'm gonna have to pull myself back to the shore. That is just how you view the world around you. That's just the honest, really different between that. A blue pill man thinks, oh, the girl she's not cheating on me. She's going over there for a back rub. It's just the outlook and how you view the world necessarily. That's all that really is. But for me, when it comes to coming back to the table, like I said, I came here yesterday. Bernard. I've been in Uganda for, like I said, about 2 months now. I'm coming back.
You was the one on the panel yesterday?
Oh yeah, man. It was me. It was definitely me.
Was you under a different name?
Yeah, I was under a different name. I think I may have used my other name, Last Zulu, necessarily, but I had to kind of get me a new account because they was blocking my account from America, basically, because you gotta get a VPN, but that's a whole nother thing I figured out about traveling to Africa. So I'm gonna get to that later on. But basically, when it comes to you for me, when I travel, necessarily, once you travel, you can't come back. I don't give a damn if you go someplace and you go for a week or two. If you go 2 weeks one place necessarily out of the country and see the women of any other environment, and I mean any other environment than the U.S. environment, you cannot come back here, or you cannot come back to here and deal with these women and actually take them serious. So the reality is black men, majority of black men are like, I'm gonna say this, they're held in captivity. They're like an animal who've been held in captivity their whole existence. So when you set them free, they're like, what, this woman, there's no limit how far I can move now. And when they get over when that mental break necessarily, or that Stockholm syndrome, they get over that Stockholm syndrome and actually travel and actually come back, you can't. There is no negotiating with terrorists. You will either comply or you will be replaced. That's your two options: comply or be replaced.
You basically
saying, I agree with that 100% in terms of, it goes back to what I keep saying. I'm going to just keep reiterating this from you saying this to I'm blue in the face. Operate on your terms. Right. Get what you want on your terms. You can operate, even though overseas, yes, it's a more target-rich environment over there, but you can operate like that over here as well. If it's not on your terms, shit gotta go. What you're gonna find out is over here is probably it's going to. I mean, I haven't been over there, so I can't. So keep in mind, I haven't been overseas, so I gotta, I can't speak definitively like you can. So that's why I'm going to be saying, probably or whatever. But over there, when I say you could operate on your terms over here, but it's going to be a lot of them that you just going to be having to tell them to just get the hell on, because they'll be on that bullshit. well,
Denied.
over goddamn. but
Okay.
over there it's a lower percentage that you probably would have to say get the hell on. That's probably really that's the big difference in dynamic. That's why I fully support y'all going over there doing y'all thing. That's why I 100% support it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this 100%. I know the difference from a culture that is intact and where women are raised to be wives. And then when you come from America, you don't know the difference because all you know is brokenness. When you leave America and come into a different environment and then come back into America, you can see it as clear as day. That's the difference. When you go to these different countries,
what country you in, or you specifically? Now, hold on, time out. When you said that about being raised to be wives, what country would you say that you've been to that specifically is more of that? They've been raised to be wives.
I can definitely say Uganda necessarily, Tanzania. This the whole African continent. These women are raised to be wives. No, I was talking to a girl the first week after the first 2 weeks of me talking to this girl. She literally came to my house, cleaned my entire house, cooked me an entire spread of meal for the size of at least 8 people, gave me a back rub. Went outside, picked 5 mango fruits, packed faster. Got some passion fruit, squeezed that shit by hand and got some ice cubes and served it to me right then and there necessary. And she was like, baby, that I'm just going to do that for you just because I like you and you seem like a good, decent guy. And this is not abnormal behavior. This is average behavior. So when you necessarily understand that what you do necessarily and the life that the average American man lives, you don't know it. You're like, it's like I said, you a dog held in captivity, and you never knew nothing outside of your backyard. Soon as you leave that backyard and you see the world, going back to that backyard is like impossible. Because you know the vastness of the world. And the problem is a lot of these dudes are not what I said yesterday. These dudes, they ain't got the heart necessarily to come out here and really see it. I ain't even saying people saying, oh well, you gotta come out here and have all the money. I can't. You can come out here for 2 weeks. Come out here for 2 weeks, and I promise you, your whole
dudes don't got the hold on, wait, time out. You said these dudes don't got the heart to do what? Are you talking about?
They don't got the heart.
Dude. The people who don't got it when it comes to that, those are the dudes like that one dude that was crying saying, these are our mothers, these are our sisters, these are the men in the black manosphere. They not with that nigga. Why do you keep doing that?
I'm not saying it in a sense like that. When I mean,
don't implicate the manosphere in that bullshit. That was my problem I had with you yesterday.
Okay, but we're not gonna say manosphere. We just gonna say men in the West. Then how about that?
A lot of black men in the West, particularly the ones who got the pro-black, blackity black, we black y'all, the black woman is God type shit. They don't got the heart to do what you're talking about. But you take the average run-of-the-mill brother, and especially a brother in the manosphere, if opportunity presents itself, if he if he got the money to do it, or just the scheduling freedom to go for 2 weeks over in the DR, Brazil, the Philippines, or in Uganda, he's gonna fucking do it. He's like, so like that, like, come on, like the people who be talking that shit, trying to put a ball and chain on the foot of around the ankle of people like you, that ain't this space. So I mean, I got zero tolerance for you trying, like, man, like that's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna say the people who visit the manosphere, because that's a huge variety of people. Because I've seen people that like I said, it's a lot of purple pill dudes I've noticed in this space. And when I see these purple,
all right, so
that's what we call them.
Okay, now you do it. I think you trolling.
I'm not trolling.
If I take everything you said yesterday and then I juxtapose it with what you're saying now and how you started out different and then you circled back to the bullshit that you said yesterday, those are the signs of a troll. It's like you came in trying to be cool, You came in trying to say something agreeable, then you circled back to the same point. You circle back to the same point.
If you don't say if you okay, we believe that nobody like some of these dudes in the manosphere don't have these kind of deep seated things. Then fine, if y'all believe that, then fine. I'll go ahead and say if y'all believe it, then I'll believe it too. Whatever. But all I'm saying is, for the men necessarily that's in this space, take the opportunity to open your horizon. That's what I'm gonna say. Then I'm just gonna leave it at that. Then
that's fair. That's what I do. That's what I tell them. You know, if you got opportunity to get out there, get out there. That's what everybody in this space says. That the people that come in and say something else, those are the detractors of this space. You are not pro black man if you're trying to put a ball and chain on the foot of men and tell them not to expand their horizon. Yeah, somebody got a good point. Says say names. There you go. There you go. Now
I said, that's what I'm saying. Like I can necessarily point at. I'm not gonna say. I mean the people within the space. I'm not saying like, oh, like, all right, if I say O'Shea Du Jackson is not one of those kind of people. Like Angry Man is not one of those people. BGS is not one of those kind of people. What I'm saying is the people within the space, the people who come to the panels, the people who necessarily come and listen.
The people that pull up and give pushback and normally viciously lose the debate. Those people.
Not always those people. When I mean it's the people that's in the community itself. Because when I say the community, I mean the people that's within it, not just the people who have names, and not people who are the stars, not the people who are the front runners. I'm talking about the front runners are usually, see what I'm saying, the more hardened battle men. So those are a little different. But I'm talking about the people who come and listen and try to come and learn. But not actually in these chat rooms that I'm actually having conversation with these men. I can tell. They are if the American black woman said, you know what, I'm gonna not cuss you out today, they will be like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and come back to the plantation. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit. The biggest evidence of that, like when that whole soft girl era came out, everybody was 100% in agreement that was some bullshit and was properly called out for the bullshit that it was. Like, so, like
a chameleon. I mean, an obvious chameleon is an obvious.
Real quick. No, it's an obvious chameleon if somebody is saying, not even a chameleon. It's worse. It's worse than a chameleon if somebody's saying, "I'm not going to cuss you out today," and then the dude just say, "Okay," then just sign up. Then sign up for 5 years because she said she ain't gonna cuss you out today. Like, no, anybody do that? Come on, man. All right, you on a mission to try to depict the space in a certain way, and I don't go for that. So yeah, Theo, hold on, wait, real quick. Theo, hold on. What you say? You about to get off here?
Yeah, because like I said, I ain't gonna. Like I said, I've been in this space for 10 years, man. I have never disrespected the space at all. I've been here before for a long time. So, but if that's your personal view, that's fine. I'm gonna hop off the panel. I wish you the best. I wish your chat the best. As I said, I wish you all the blessings and hopes and your dreams come true, man. But yeah, all right, then, man.
All right, peace. All right, Theo Waff in the building says you can operate any way you want in the U.S. The supply of good women is pathetically low. That's different, and that's what I agreed. That's what I basically said that operating, you can make sure you're operating on your terms, but depending on how strict and stringent your terms are, it's going to shrink the percentage of women in the West, particularly in the US, that you're going to be able to deal with in a serious way. But then overseas, I haven't been there, but from what I hear, based off what y'all say, the percentage of women that you could deal with is at a higher percentage rate. I'll just say, I'll say that as somebody who hasn't been there. But no, I'm 100% in agreement with that. Wingate in the building says, James Wingate says, sorry, Bernard, but BGS said it years ago that a lot of content creators, I think creators and their fans, 1 or 2 BJ away from being back on the plantation. Most just love black women. Okay, I mean, there. See now, it's a. I know who he was talking about when he said it, and I'm just gonna leave it right there because I ain't going on that one. But I know who I know the specific. I remember when he said that, and I know the specifics of who he was talking about. I'll just say that. I'll just say that one right there, and I'll leave that one alone. There's a element of that, but I don't think it's it ain't the majority. But I know who BGS was talking about. It was a very specific individual. Very specific individual. Shout out to Theo Waff in the building. Says, question to the chat. How many of you want me to give Bernard 2 weeks in Rio so that he can broadcast live from the beach and see firsthand? Put a 1 in the chat for yes. Man, come on now. You Theo. Theo, you trying to break up a happy home. I get down there, I ain't coming back. Yeah, damn. Shout out to Theo. Let me see if I got damn it, my phone keep buzzing like I'm getting cash apps, but it's not cash apps. It's buzzing for what the hell? I'm getting random notifications out of nowhere. But Perfect Billis, you still there? Perfect Billis, you still there? Bernard gonna go down there and be like, "Yeah, niggers." Oh man. Yeah. Who was that said? They falling out the clouds to put a 1 in the chat. They falling out the clouds to put a 1 in the chat. That's too funny. That's too funny. That's too funny. I mean, hey, you got me. It's funny because I'm sitting there thinking for real, like, because I know Theo will actually do something like that. Normally, somebody say something like that, you don't take it too serious. Now I'm sitting there, I gotta Theo start talking like that. It's a serious proposition. It's actually a serious proposition. Says if Bernard visit the Dominican Republic, he might not come back. I said it's a possibility. I said it's a possibility. I may not make it back out here. He says Bernard would take sand to the beach. That's what I did in Miami. Yeah, when I went to Miami, my lady went with me. My lady went with me. It was it was some nice sightseeing out there in Miami. It was some nice sightseeing out there in Miami, out there on the beach. But Wes M said, "Hey Theo, here is my $5 for the BR Passport Bro Fund." Oh man, y'all too funny with it. Y'all are too funny with it. There's some nice cakes in. He says Bernard don't trust himself. Nigga wear his condoms. Nigga wear his condoms on his sleeves. He said Bernard Riley ain't coming back from a good weekend in Salt Lake City. Oh, damn. Come on, man. You think Salt Lake City had me gone? I'm better than that. My resolve is stronger than that. I got more resolve than that. He says, all right, I'll reserve 20K. Oh. And gone, Theo. He says, all right, I'll reserve 20K over to the side so you can have a first class round trip ticket from Detroit. I'm not well, I normally fly out of the Detroit airport, but I'm not from Detroit, but I do fly out of the Detroit airport. Detroit to Rio, all hotel and food paid from March to May. I'll be your translator. All right. It might be going down. It might be going down. Hoop Jogger Media in the building says you got to travel BR. The game way different over them waters. You start talking, it's over. That's what I was told. When I like I always say, when I dated a chick from Kenya, she was low key giving me passport bro game before. This was like in 2015. I didn't even know what the hell a passport bro was. She was low key giving me passport bro game. She was basically saying, if you go to Kenya, you'll blend in, but when you walk into a room, she said, just start talking. They're going to hear that. She said those women are going to hear your American accent, and they're just going to, she basically said they're going to stop everything they're doing and turn around. And yeah, and then she said it's pretty much owned from there. It's pretty much owned from there. Like she was basically telling me, like she was giving me the playbook on how how a lot of people from Kenya, they'll come over to the States, they'll make their money, they'll figure out a way to try to have some residual US dollars coming in, and then when they get older, because she said it's a lot of Kenyans that be in the United States, particularly in my city. And she said, and she was like, you notice I never see old ones. She was like, I never see old Kenyans walking around here. And she said the reason you never see old Kenyans in the States is because after they've worked and did everything they had to do, by 40, 50, they've went back over. They went back over, and they figured out a way to have residual US dollars to where they can live off US money while in Kenya. Like that's pretty much the game. So she was giving me the game on that. She was talking about, if you get rental properties, you do this, you do that, and then you just go over to Kenya, and she was like, you're the king of the world out there. So yeah, she was giving me the whole game on that, the whole rundown. But we are joined by GC. Well, hold on real quick before I bring GC into the conversation. The Mac Trucker in the building says, Bernard, you need to SYBAH, stay your black ass home. Yeah. No, I listen. I they donate to the no. Let Theo foot the whole bill. Don't that money going to me. That's my tricking. I mean, spending money when I get down there. But Theo foot no. All right. JC the Conqueror in the building said to the passport fund. But all right, we got GC in the building. Damn, y'all. He says for the Bernard passport, man, come on, man, cut it out. Deacon Dave says Bernard gonna quit rap and be bumping bachata. I don't listen to rap that much, actually. All right, we got GC in the building. What's going on, GC?
Hey, what's going on, Bernard?
Yeah, what you've been listening thus far? You got anything you want to jump in on or whatnot? Like, what's up?
Yeah, I wanted to jump in on the Kenya thing. So, I have a friend from there. I had one, a college friend, and he had two women get Americanized. Apparently, every time he gets a divorce here, he goes to Kenya and gets another wife, like, quick, fast, in a hurry. And then he brings them here. And
why did he do that? That's okay. Never mind. That's a whole nother.
Well,
thing.
He's Kenyan.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
I left that out the story.
Okay, maybe I just didn't hear it, but go ahead.
No, okay. So he came here on a student visa. Then he married an Asian American woman and became a full citizen. Then he divorces her, gets a Kenyan wife, and she gets Americanized. It happens twice. He's on his third Kenyan wife right now. Last time I talked to him, and hopefully that's working out. But it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's Kenyan women, but it's definitely there's a there, at least in his situation.
That sort of goes back to what you be saying about bringing women back here. It's like, I know it's some debate in the community, I guess the passport and bro community, where some of them say you ought not do that. I really don't know. I don't care. I haven't really looked that much into it, but I always look at it as getting you. I mean, what makes sense to me is if you're going to be, passporting it up, let's just say if a total of 3 weeks out the year, I mean, you work a regular job, you get 3 weeks, even if you got a good one, you got 4 weeks vacation. If you spend 4 weeks out the year over there, it's almost like have a good time while you're down there. I don't necessarily know how I feel about the whole bringing a chick back here thing. I don't know, but go ahead.
For the most part, a good woman wouldn't, particularly a Latin American woman, wouldn't want to come back if she's any good. I mean, when you think about what's there versus what's here, if she's attracted to what's here, and that is the Sex in the City lifestyle, hot girl, this, or whatever the modern trend is for a modern woman, if she wants to come here, it's because she wants to be a modern woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that may be true for Kenyan women as well. If they want to come here, they want to be a modern woman. So why do that? Like if they want to be a wife, mother, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then they're in the right place. If they're in Latin America. America is not a place where you can be a traditional woman and live in your, traditional femininity. It's not. So, most of the decent women that I met abroad tend to want to stay where they're at.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. But some people speak a big game about getting your wife from over there. But
I mean, it's a risk. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you got to ask yourself, like, why does she want to come here? Like, it's because all right.
Well, did she want to come here, or did she meet him and he met her and he got mushy on her and she got hypergamous on him and
well, I mean, yeah.
or let's just say if boy meets girl, and they like each other and they I don't know how you fall in love in 3 weeks, but they fall in love and they and then she's like, this is the man I want to be with, and if I gotta live in the United States to be with him, I'll come live in the United States to be with him. Theoretically, I could see that being a thing. Is she okay? I'm just trying to just think it through. Go ahead.
I mean, okay, she's part. I mean, okay, it makes sense here. It makes sense here for somebody to think that way because we have loose families here.
Mm-hmm.
We have situations where mama's in one state, daddy's in another state. You have brothers and sisters sprinkled around the country somewhere. And you may have a cousin or two that live in the same state as you. Like that's the typical American family. We get into a family reunion that's supposed to be once a year, but it's actually once every 5 years. That's a typical American family. That's a typical family here in the States. That's not how it is there. Their families are tightly coupled. So if she wants to remove that, then what she's doing, if she wants to, she has a lot to lose. Even if she don't have any kids of her own, she has a lot to lose by leaving, because she's leaving a family structure that she's been comfortable with her whole life. Now, it takes a certain type of female to have that mentality. And typically those are ones who put money over family, and that's a mentality that you're looking to escape.
Yeah.
That's what you're offering. You're saying, okay, all those people in your lives, the people that you love in your lives, I want you to come over here for this penis. Like she's, that's not really the mindset of a typical Latin woman. Now, wait, somebody says,
well, no, I see it right there. Hold on real quick. Shout out to James Wingate. He says, sorry, spell check. Most black men over 37 still believe, but I don't know believe what. So you corrected the spell check, but now I lost the context. But anyway, shout out to you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I think you're talking about that one right there. As GC, what state the Kenyan man bring his wife to? Was that the one?
Yeah, California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
hot girl summer year round in California, ain't it?
Well, I don't know. I see what you're getting at, but
it's hot and it's girls.
I don't know
if
his wives are that young. I think that these may be like 30 plus. Oh, by the way, if you're 30 plus talking about hot girl summer, anyway, I think that his wives may be older.
Well, all right.
Now, I wanted to answer the question that's the main topic of the show.
Yeah,
So
let's get into that. Hold on, wait,
yeah,
before we get into that, I am curious what Golden Eye Jack got to say, because he probably got something to say in response to what you said, because he does live in Africa. I think
I
Uganda,
don't
right?
live. I'm in
okay.
Uganda for 2 months. I mean, I don't live here yet. I'm gonna definitely do what I need to live here, but I don't live here yet. But when he says necessarily that families are tight knit, put it like this: even a working girl, let's call it, the girls of the night. Necessarily, I ran into one
You
of
know
them.
what? See, hold on, wait, time out. I'm glad. I'm glad you brought up the girls of the night, because I don't like to shout out to Pablo. I don't like to throw Molotov cocktails at Passport Bros, because I do view y'all as allies to the overall cause. But when you say over there, the women are trained and raised to be wives, but then there's also a I guess a high pussy selling rate over there. So it's like that. I wanted to pick your brain on that one, but I was like, nah, I ain't trying to take.
Don't
Let me
judge.
finish.
Don't judge. I mean, well, if I may, right quick, don't judge.
I got. Let me finish. I just gotta feel to say it. I just gotta feel to say it. Right. When he tells, it's a difference between the chicks that quote unquote just want to come to America. You meet a chick over here and she says, I want to go to America. You leave that motherfucker where she at. But I mean, their family. When I tell you, even the working girls, quote girls of the night necessarily. I had one over here one time, I gonna lie to you, right? Even she was like, hold on, it's 9 o'clock. Oh, I gotta be back home. I gotta make sure I gotta cook food for my brother. The working girls, bro. Now, how many a prostitute who is telling you, hold on, I gotta go home and make sure I cook for my brothers and my sisters and whatever. That don't even happen in America, man. Most of the kind of chicks like that necessarily are like left in the wind flapping necessarily. When you understand how tight knit these families are over here, it's vastly different. You can't even. It's a vastly different kind of environment. It's vastly different.
All right, you kind of Borging a little bit, but thanks for your perspective. Thanks for your perspective on this. But you was Borging a little bit right there. I'm gonna drop you down, but it sounded like he was basically saying that they go they finish sucking the dick real fast, swipe the money off the nightstand, and go home and tend to their household duties. But no, but no, it sounded like he was telling me that I was being third world country judgmental. And that's a good point. So go ahead and speak on that, GC.
Yeah, a little bit. And shout out to the brother. I know his mic was Borging, but he actually brings up an excellent point. And he was reinforcing my point, and that is keep them there. If they actually, a family-minded woman would not want to leave. She would not exchange wealth for family, and that's essentially what she's doing if she wants to move to the States. Now, as far as prostitutes go abroad, especially in a developing country. I wouldn't be so quick to judge simply because it's a different mindset. It's a different sequence of events that led a woman to become a prostitute in a developing country versus one who's doing it here. One who's doing it here, there's definitely something extraordinarily wrong with her, either physically or psychologically or mentally, or maybe she's addicted to drugs. But I mean, you got to think about it. And I'm not talking, there's a lot of sex work that a woman can do and make money. So if she's sucking dick, then that means something is up. Like, for example, there are women I talked to a girl who told me she once had a job where she would sit at a bar, and when guys buy her a drink, it was her job to get them to buy her Patron. Like she was a model for Patron or something like that. That's what she called it, at least. There's jobs like that. There's jobs where I knew a chick who her job was to stand outside of a nightclub to entice people to come in, to entice men to come in. Women get paid to be attractive here in the States. If you're sucking dick, it means that something is off. You can't just stand around like a hostess in a restaurant and be pretty.
You can go work for Hooters and get tips from just having cleavage. You don't gotta go sucking dick in the alley. That's a good point.
Exactly. So you're not starving. You're not starving if you are a woman in America. So you can't say I'm sucking dick because I'm starving, or what would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry, and the only way to feed him was to sleep with a man for a little bit of money? See, those scenarios are true abroad. Those scenarios are true abroad. Locally, those are far less true. So it really means something. And furthermore, and this is one key thing about American hoes, is that they each have a reasonable choice to be housewife. You see, American hoes suck American dick, and foreign hoes suck American dick. See, the thing is that each American hoe has the opportunity to be a housewife, and she's still choosing to suck dick. So it's a completely different, and not just one, dicks. She still chooses to suck peni. So it really means that, she enjoys her independence more than another woman, a prostitute abroad. Now, that being said, don't make a hoe into a housewife, foreign or domestic.
Mm-hmm. All right. You wanted to speak on the main topic, because I have my issues with the whole concept of women coming back to the table. That conversation has been resurfacing in this space. People have been talking about the environment is changing, the recession, the she-cession, the evictions, the this, the that. Now the women are coming back to the table. I always looked at it as a weird, faulty concept. In my eyes, it's sort of like they've always been there. It's like, what deal do you accept? What type of interaction? Like, what are you doing relationships on your terms or not? Are you getting what you want in your either relationships or just overall interactions with women? Regardless of the environment could make it the percentage of women that'll be compliant to your demands may go up, but your demands shouldn't change regardless of the environment. That's why I have a problem with the whole concept of, oh, women are coming back to the table. It's like, yeah, my demands and requirements are going to be the same regardless. But that's that's a take. That's the point that I wanted to make. But then we ended up getting deep into a conversation about purple pill or not, or blah blah blah. But that's the point that's to sum up my whole show in a couple sentences. But overall, what's your take on the topic? What the hell does it mean, women coming back to the table?
I don't know. It really don't matter if a woman comes back to the table, because it takes so much preparation to be qualified to be at the table that it really don't matter. It's like, oh, you're coming back to the table for whatever reason. And I don't believe that poverty is going to bring women back to the table personally, but like, oh, you're coming back to the table, because your rent went up or something like that. Like
inflation.
Yeah, or inflation. Like, I disagree with Kevin on the whole winter is coming, gas prices is gonna like they're gonna suck your dick for gas. Like, come on now. Like,
I've always disagreed with the winter is coming, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah,
I had my disagreements with it, but it was. I always say it's like they're too big to. They're like a corporation is too big to fail, or like the bank's too big to fail, or something like that. Whatever the thing is, that's really how I feel about women in America. The country just not gonna let them fail, but we'll see. But I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. But quite frankly, they can't come back to the table the same way that Americans can't bring back jobs from China. Like, it's already gone. Like, so you're so accustomed. American work ethic, and this isn't a shot at the unions or anything like that, or any blue collar brothers or something like that, but the mentality that was developed for Americans, in the union era of Americans, is so different than what they get in China that it would be unreasonable to assume that that a person, say Nike, would actually bring their factories back to the U.S. because of U.S. inflation or U.S. poverty, just to say, oh, you're going to work here now? How much should we pay you? $15 an hour, plus 2 weeks vacation, plus matching 401k and medical and dental benefits. It's too it's too far gone for so many Americans that they would actually, work under those conditions. Now, our conditions, women, haven't really changed. You have drastically, and you've adapted to the new contract. And those adaptations, for far too many of you, is far too much to go back. Simply put, you're too damn fat. You're too fucking fat. And you're too obnoxious. You're too American in order to be a decent wife for most Americans. And I'm not talking about all of you. However, most of you know who you are. Like, you talk about that show, The Broke Down, from time to time. Like, look at how fat those bitches are.
Oh, come on.
No. I'm going somewhere with this. Yet they are still married. Now, that is the old contract. That is
boop. I'm sorry. That's a throwback to what Concrete Rose used to do that all the time. Which you made a good point. Boop. Anyway, I haven't listened to them in a while, and I actually miss arguing and debating and taking jabs and cracking jokes back and forth with Sister George. So I kind of missed. She ain't been over here since, like, I don't know. It was an incident where she lost her wrench, and there was a vote to get her wrench back, and she even I think paid a lot of money. So I was supposed to get it back. And then the brothers tripled whatever she paid to make sure she don't get it back. And then she ain't been back since. I was okay. I was okay with her being gone, but she's been gone so long. I kind of miss her. I need somebody. She was a good punching bag, but so I kind of miss her. But anyway, go ahead. But be nice. Be nice.
Oh no. I mean, and yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, I haven't seen her here in maybe like
a year now.
No, it's maybe like 10, 15 pounds. So yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. So yeah. But no, nevertheless, they are working under the old contract. That is the contract that they are used to. The contract that they had before is you can get fat, you can be loud, you can be obnoxious, you can have kids, you can be old, and somebody will still wipe your fat ass. That is the contract that they're used to. To get women to exchange that contract for something that men actually want is far too much to ask. Like, somebody like that would have to make so many different changes to their lifestyle, the one that they have become accustomed to for over 40 years, that they can't really speak at a table because they're going to eat all the shit on the table. Like, you can't. How can you negotiate with, that particular mindset of women? They, unfortunately, Black men, y'all have given up too much under the old contract. Y'all bent over too much under the old contract, and now they spoiled. They can't actually, if you tell them to go to a gym, they're not going to do it. If you tell them to eat right, they're not going to do it. If you tell them to be decent parents, they're not going to do it. If you tell them to stop eating dirt, they're not going to do it. Like, they just can't. They're used to a certain way.
All right, Paul Game in the building. I actually missed this one, but shout out to Paul Game. He says passport fund and don't buy two. His and hers passport. The chat is watching. Yeah, I don't know if you was watching. Theo offered to pay for like a 2-week vacation. I forgotten what country, so I could broadcast live from there and see firsthand how it goes down over there. And he said push 1 in the chat if you want him to do it, and it was like it was more ones in the chat than current viewers at the time. Like, people came so far off the clouds they weren't even counted as a view. And they came down to push 1. so that's what he's referring to. They're talking about there's a passport vacation fund. He's saying make sure you don't do his and hers. They trying to break up a happy home. But anyway.
Well, no. So yeah, there is that, and I hope he was talking about Brazil, because I was watching One Master Teacher, and he had a chick on there with a stop sign, and she was all like wobbly and jiggly and shit. So yeah, I was like, oh, that's nice.
Oh no, let me make it very clear. If Theo put up the money, I'm gone. In 2 weeks in Brazil, wherever he said, if he put up the money, I'm gone. That's all to it. I ain't turning down no vacation out of country.
Yeah.
That's just that. So yeah, if he put up the money, I'm gone. But all
No,
right.
but I mean the point is that it's too far. It's too far. They have gotten so much to give back now. You know, like I see Brenda in the chat room. So look at how many pounds she lost. Like, and it took, you know, time, discipline, et cetera, to do that. You know, these bitches not trying to do that. What, for rent? You know, they'll send her work overtime. You know, they're too far down this mess. You know, they're big wig, fatted, tatted, and niggas is still fucking them. So they like the old contract.
That sort of goes back to my main point here, that I was like, the whole concept of them coming back to the table was a faulty concept to me to begin with, because I know what my requirements, yes, by myself, Paul Gang, but I know what my requirements and my demands are, and I don't care what's going on in the environment. My requirements and my demands don't change. So that's what I'm more or less speaking to the brothers. Even if everything just get back right. And shout out to Al Boogie. He said, "Y'all tripping these hoes." He said these hoes ain't winning. I lost it. But he's basically saying, no, I'm not saying that they winning or that they're doing fine. What I'm saying is, with no matter how bad inflation get, evictions, recession, the government, they're gonna find the money. We're not going to see a mass amount of women and children out on the streets. No, they will figure out a way, like the whole concept of, you know, being too big to fail. Like they not gonna let the women fall. They just not.
Well, the thing about the way the system is set up now is they can't. That is also too far to go back. And that's because, okay, think about it. What if they cut food stamps tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would be affected?
Cheering.
Yeah, but fuck them. I'm talking about who else would be affected. Well, the main people that would be affected is the people who sell people the stuff. You know, people who sell the Doritos. So, you know, you have stores out there.
All the juice box salesmen will just be out of business. Like companies. They don't. Yeah,
companies. You know, General Mills, the cereal companies. You know, they won't be out of business, but the stocks will plummet significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Significantly. Basically, what food stamps is the government paying the industries. Now, indirectly, they're using an intermediary, but they're like, you know, okay, I'm going to give food stamps to these people and tell them that they can only buy your shit. You know, they can't save it. They can't, you know, earn interest. They can't buy stocks. They can't buy a house with it. They can only buy your shit. So essentially they're giving it to the mothers give it to the companies. That's the government giving it to the companies. And then the companies give it back, and, you know, various forms, taxes, you know, campaign donations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's too deep for them ever to actually, you know, go back on the food stamp thing unless it's a catastrophe that'll affect all of them. I mean, like if we're in a, you know, true Great Depression, then I doubt that they'll be looking to, you know, modify their software. So I would be screwed too. Like, it's, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the building. 308 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Speaking of the
depression, how come you don't have the last 5 people to donate? Like, is it a depression? Like, I know it's a recession, but like, like, is 5 people depressed or something? You know, because they depressing less than 30. They're pressing a number less than 30. Like, what the hell is that?
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody who's donated so far. 25 contributors came through. But no, I do appreciate that, GC, and I appreciate everybody.
Be pressing the Cash App button. Here,
I appreciate. Okay, GC, it looked like GC is about to send a super chat or a Cash App. I appreciate that. I do want to explore something else, because, you know, speaking of the bad contract that you talk about, you know, or the bad deal, they're coming back to the table just as messed up as they left. You know, well, put it like this: there's something that was going around, and let me move that down, that goal thing, that where it says 5 more to reach the goal. I'll move it down. I'm about to put a chart up. A lot of people have been talking. Oh, shout out to Big Poke Dog says salute. Do appreciate it. A lot of people have been talking about this. Where's it at? This shit right here. And move that down where it says 5 more to the go. Okay. There it is. Okay, there it is. And hell, move the other one down because that's in the way. But anyway, a lot of people have been talking about this, and a lot of people get it wrong, and they're kind of ignorant in their talking about it because they forget that it says single black millennials. So they say, oh, look at all the women making, more money than the men and blah, 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 blah. But all the money making married men are not present on the chart. So it's really taking the best and highest earning of men and excluding them, and and then showing that side by side. But what it's supposed to do is to speak to the market for single women, if y'all actually understand what's going on there. But the first one that they put out there was for the Gen Xers. Again, single black Gen Xers, and you can see the difference when it comes to the women right there. So a lot of black women and some black men was saying, look at what the dating market is showing. It's available for women out there, and how black women single, bear in mind single men who are of the Gen X age that are married make real good money. They're like, this is married man. If you want to represent it for black people, just take like 7% off of that number or something like that. But married men make much more money, make much more money. So that's one thing that I thought was just kind of goofy when people look at that stats. They don't look at it right, because one, they're okay, wait, hold on, shit. They're looking at it, they're looking at the Gen X. They're looking at Gen X women, and I think Gen X, it says 41 to 55 there, so it must be a little old. Gen X is like 42 to 56. My mother's age is 56. I know my mother is 60. So we're talking about like my mother has a 20-year-old grandson. Okay. Mother has a 20-year-old grandson. Like we're talking about the mating market for people that got grown or damn near grown grandchildren. Nobody should care about the single prospects of women. Once you get over 42 to between 42 and 56, if you ain't gotten married, and I'm not saying that means you're absolutely fucking terrible, but what I am saying is that a society shouldn't give a shit about the dating and mating prospects of single women over 50. They've probably been already married, probably divorced, or have had kids. I mean, we talking about grandmother. The dating prospects of grandmothers shouldn't matter. So what I did is I adjusted these two charts, because everybody's saying that the mating market is so bad for black women, but not for the black women that actually, that I would say matter in the dating in mating market. I'm looking at those as 20 in between 25 and 40. Some would say that 40 is pretty high, but no, work with me. 25 to 40. If you take all the Gen X men, because these women who fall in this 25 to 40 range, they still can date the men who fall within that 41 to 55 range. Mm-hmm. So when you combine the two, when you just basically say the Gen X women in this category, the Gen X women, just push them off to the side. They're going to die alone. Nobody cares. That's what I did. Just cutthroat, push them off to the side. They're going to die alone. Just scratch them off the list, and then just look at men who are either Gen X or millennials, and then on single Gen X, single Gen X men and single millennial men. When you compare the numbers, looking at it, and I had to do some quick maths myself. This is single. This is what it looks like. And sorry for the fucked up chart, but single black millennial men, single black millennial and Gen X men, and how many of them fall into the categories of making a certain amount of dollars. And it's like in the women who are of marital age, if you adjust the chart for women that are of marital age, they ain't at no disadvantage. So it goes back to what you were saying, how they still, if they want to, can essentially be a housewife. They still got numbers of where they could get married if we just accept that the single Black Gen X women are going to die alone and just say the hell with them. The single Black millennial women, they are not statistically in bad shape because they got the single Black millennial men and the single Black Gen X men still at their disposal to date with, if they don't go get big and wig, fatted and tatted. So there's that. That was something that I threw out there. Hope that made sense. Hope y'all understood what I was doing right there. That was something that I was working on. That it was that I don't know, may do some more content in the future on that one. But you had to get cutthroat and accept that the Gen X women of a certain age are going to die alone and fuck them. But anyway, single Gen X women of a certain age are going to die alone and fuck them. But anyway, that was something that I threw out there. I don't know if you understood or caught all that, or if I explained it well.
No, you did. You did.
Okay, good.
No, I mean that's the old contract.
Yeah, the old the old contract says that these women in this category actually matter. That's the old contract. Go wife up, 40, 50, baby mamas, grandmamas. That's the old contract. Single, but the new contract, it don't look
share my screen. I'll show you the new contract.
All right, here, let's see. Hey, hold on.
That's the new contract, right?
Who is that?
This is
that Danica Marie?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
That's Danica Marie. Look at her stomach, for example, right? Look at her stomach right now. Look at how the belly button goes in. Look at her titties and shit like that. And she works. She's a YouTuber, and she cooks and cleans and shit like that. And she married young. See, this is the new contract. If you want to come back to the table, you have to come under these conditions. Now, you tell these broke down fat ass bitches that this is the new contract, that if you come to the table, this is what we're going to demand at the table. They are going to walk away or waddle away in tears. And the reason why they're going to do that is because they are too far gone. They are no longer capable of offering this. They are no longer capable of offering what are those man's draws? Are those man underwear?
I don't know.
Damn it. This look like man underwear.
No, they probably boy shorts. The ones that come like halfway to the ass, but I don't know.
Okay.
But all right, we get the general point though. What you're essentially saying is that the whole conversation about women coming back to the table, it don't matter if they're coming back to the table unless they coming back looking like that, even if they're not. This is where I'm nice and fair, and I think you're fair like this too, even if they're not necessarily facially as cute. But god damn it, you can control your
your weight,
your body look. Yeah, you control your weight, you control the way your body looks. So yeah, you should show up. You're showing back up to the table, as they say, even though I hate that concept. Yeah, if they showing up in that
once they're showing up to the table looking like this, then I don't want to hear it, because you can't offer me what I want. Like you can't. You like, okay. See, here's the thing. When these regular American women, Black women, come to the table, what they're offering is a little less attitude and a little more latitude. Fuck you. And fat women can't turn latitude because they're round. So no, you don't get to. You're not welcome to the table. That's the thing, Bernard. That's the thing. You are not welcome to the table. Far too many of you are not welcome to the table. You actually have to qualify to come to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Shanda, is maximize your genetic beauty. That's all I'm asking. I'm asking for effort. I want your effort. I want your maximum effort. But far too many of these chicks will not give maximum effort. You want to know why? Because they too damn used to being fat. They're too used to being fat. They're too used to being obnoxious. They're too used to being able to say, do, and eat whatever the fuck they want to. They're too used to it, and I don't want you at my table. I'm Gandalf. You shall not pass the door to my damn table. No, How dare you? How dare you even ask to come to my table, knowing that you are you? You know. So yeah, when they say, okay, I'm ready to negotiate, and you're still fat, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not serious about negotiating. You're not. You know. How you gonna do that? That's like somebody saying, okay, I'm ready to surrender or some crap like that. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. No, far too many of you are unworthy of a table. That's your problem. You're unworthy of the table. You ask for too much and you offer too little because you have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing.
Game Changers is right there. Depress the super chat button. Thanks, GC. Appreciate you. That you got you rallied the troops. You rallied the troops. That's trying to yeah. So thank you very much for that. The Clue Channel in the building. He says for the travel fund. They trying to ship me off. That's Theo said he's paying for the whole trip. He's sending me over to I think Brazil, so I can live stream from there. That's what he said. He said probably sometime next year. So if you sending me something, it's not for the travel fund. Theo is paying for all of that. That is going to my that's just going to be my spending money when I'm over there. That's what that's going to. Okay. That's what that's going to. All right, Latchzilla in the building says salute. Jackie Jack says what GC said, support. Brenda says travel fun and snack fun. Yeah, snack fun, not tricking fun. I ain't gonna be over there tricking. All right, Leo Anthony in the building says hit the thumbs up, hit the like and subscribe. Definitely, if you're new here, subscribe. And Freedman's Journal in the building says no coming back to the table, only consequences. Keisha got to beg no vote. Keisha, support Black Male Media. Absolutely. Thank you, everybody.
She don't have to beg, but she has to be hotter. Like, she has to maximize her beauty. Like, you're not serious. Okay, perfect example, right? So when the automotive industry wanted bailouts, they wanted to get bailed out of the financial crisis of decades and decades of making shitty cars, right? So they were asking the newly minted Barack Obama to help bail them out like he did the banks, right? And what did they do? They flew their ass there on a private jet, each of them, That's like, wait a minute. That's not how you come to the table. That's not how you come to the table asking for shit. You don't come. So then he made them come back, and then they had to drive a basic model of their own, Ford or Chevrolet or whatever, whatever company they're representing. So yeah, that is how you come to a table. Y'all not coming to a table proper. You're not coming to a table proper. You're not washing your hands, your ass, or nothing. You don't have to beg, but you do have to show proper respect. And being fat is disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to yourself. It's disrespectful to your kids. But most importantly, it's disrespectful to my penis. Like, how dare you present yourself in such a way, knowing that my penis is attracted to not fat bitches?
She didn't know that.
Yes, they do. No. They know that. Listen, I did a video on this. A little boy. In fact,
if you got that one, send it to me because I want to play it because your stuff be a little choppy. So
yeah,
put it in the private chat and then that way I'll pull it up. But that was a funny video. I've meant to right when I saw it because I saw it on wherever the hell I saw it. I started to send it to you immediately. I started to send it to you immediately, but before I could even send it to you, you was already covering the shit. So
I have to cover that.
Yeah, that was.
By the way, he's not my son. People were saying because he talks like me, he's not my son. I repeat, he is not my son, and he's not my son because his mother is fat. So that is a clear indication that is not my son.
Oh man.
All right, I'm looking for it now.
Game changer that some men are cool with the excess. You mean excess fat? Okay.
No, that is because they had the taste beaten out of them. They had the taste and standards beaten out of them. Life has beaten their ass. It's kind of like the people who wanted to go to the NBA but they didn't make the draft, so they're content being the manager at Federal Express. They're content with that, but it doesn't change the fact that that's what they want, that's what they desire. They desire not the six-pack bitches, but the ghostly outline of a six-pack bitches, Bernard. That's what we desire. We want like an ass that's big but not like too wobbly, but just like a good that you could sink your teeth in, but it don't go all the way type ass. Like that's what we want. That is our desire. So for you to say no, they have just beaten down when they were kids. And they say, what type of woman do you want? None of them said fat bitches.
Hey, if anybody got the video of that boy when his mama asked him what type of woman he wanted, if y'all know what we're talking about, post it in the chat, because Game Changer's trying to find it right now. And but if y'all got it, if y'all know right where it's at, go ahead and drop it in the chat, because we are trying to roll the beautiful bean footage on that one. Sir Tyson in the building. He says, but your purple pill allegedly, Bernie. So don't you have to get approval from your woman before you going to Brazil? No. I do what I want. No, but no. Don't gotta get approval. After the Rio trip, your new nickname is BR Fresco Bar. That's funny. To the not tricking fun. Right on. I appreciate you. That's funny. BR Fresco Bar. That is some funny shit. But oh shit, you found it. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is some funny shit. Let me do a little screen share. Dun. And go pull up the hold up. All right.
Filling buffet trays and stacking shelves,
What
I learned
in
the
the
value
hell?
of a hard-earned dollar early in life. I'm Gretchen Whitmer. I'm fighting to lower the cost of living because I know how hard you work, and I'm fighting to help you get ahead. I got a $400 auto refund.
You see that?
We oh shit, damn it, I clicked on it. Hold on. Wait a minute. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry, they're making us watch it. We just got to suffer through it. I pay for YouTube Premium, so on YouTube I don't have to watch ads, but we are forced to watch an ad here, so deal with it.
Free car on the road, expanded affordable childcare, and we're securing over 25,000 new auto industry jobs here in Michigan. You work hard, so I work hard for you.
Yeah, y'all don't like that. Y'all don't like.
Oh no, wait, I'm confused. This is a political ad by she was supposed to do a headstand twerk at the end of this, right?
Well, yeah. She probably don't have enough ass to twerk or enough fat or anything like that. Yeah.
I thought that female politicians were required to do headstand twerks after their political campaign ads. I thought that was a thing now. No?
Yeah. Only if you want black votes, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Hey, but those automotive jobs, California is they're building an automotive industry, Bernard.
Yeah, I know that's what I was actually getting at. I mean, I knew that was coming when I was working in the automotive industry. I was like, we need to get on board with this this green these green energy efficient cars or whatever the fuck, because it's some nuance to it, because it's like so many jobs built on that in states like Michigan. But I mean, they're creating a whole nother industry over there, so that's interesting.
And that's the point. That's what I'm getting at, Bernard. Some people are used to the old ways so much that they can't come to the table. Basically Barack Obama, by bailing their ass out, has said that you can't fail. So if you keep fucking up, we'll bail you out again. And this time you're losing to a domestic entity, not a foreign one.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they see? What's the motivation for change for the automotive industry? What in Detroit? What is the motivation for change? You know, why do they what's to stop them from continuing to make gas guzzling pieces of shit? Like, what's to stop them from doing that? People still buy them, and they're happy with the old dynamic. They are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let's roll it.
I'm just not into that. It's just like you want a girlfriend that's black, because you know BB is black too, but he's light skinned. Do you want a light skinned girlfriend, or you want a chocolate girlfriend like you?
Oh yeah, I want some chocolate girlfriend. A sexy chocolate girlfriend.
What's funny is that he's playing ball because you don't want a light skinned girlfriend, you want a chocolate girlfriend. So he's playing ball. Yeah, chocolate girlfriend. He's that was her being very suggestive too. But anyway, but okay. But so he's playing ball.
Why did she even throw in light skinned? Why do black women put light skin in a separate category? Like, she should have just asked, do you want a white girl or a black girl? But nope. Like, just to make sure, do you want a more specifically chocolate black girl? Now, obviously his mom is chocolate because look at him, nevertheless, she's basically saying, do you want to fuck? That is not my son. Listen, yes, I like dark-skinned chicks. And yes, I don't like fat chicks. This is not my son because the mother was fat.
All right, let's roll it.
Oh my God, Jace Rumpel. You want you some sexy chocolate?
Oh yeah, I want some sexy chocolate.
Okay, Jace, you want her to be tall or short? You want her to be skinny?
I want her to be like my age.
We know you want to be your age. I said, do you want her to be tall?
That's a stupid question to ask a kid. Do you want her to be tall or short?
Like, how tall can little girls get? Like, I mean, they all pretty much are around the same size at that age.
Yeah.
Like, look at him. Like, who he's gonna look at a girl and say, "Oh, you're short." Like, how much shorter than him can a person get?
Yeah, she's asking a little kid grown people questions, but
yeah.
Oh yeah,
or you want her to be short?
Yeah, sure. I want to be bigger than her because every man is bigger than girls, so I want her to be.
How about that?
So you want a short girlfriend? You want her shorter than you? Okay, you want her to be skinny, or you want her to be thick, or you want her to be fat, or you want her,
No, I want her skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy?
Oh no, I gotta pause that face.
Or you want
No, I want her skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy?
At this moment, he realized it's a trap.
No, I mean, like, he's looking at his mom like, did you just ask me if you're skinny? That's like a midget asking me if I'm tall. Like, what the hell?
That face, man, he's like, no.
And you see that? And notice something too, Bernard. Notice that they're at the table. Notice that they're at the table. Like, see, this is the table that they're used to. When you say you try to bring them to the table, why? They already at the table. They at the table trying to convince their sons to take the same fucked up deal that niggas is taking now. That's what they're doing. They're at the table trying to convince a next generation of son that the old deal, the old contract is good. Look at his face.
Right. Yeah, let's roll it. Let's back up a little bit and then just let it play out.
Or you want her to be thick, or you want her to be fat, or you want
No, I want her skinny.
So you want her skinny?
Yeah, skinny girlfriend.
What do you consider mommy? Do you consider mommy? What is mommy? Am I skinny?
Mama, you pretty.
Sit back. You ain't gotta go over and hug me and tell me that, James. What I know you said.
He gave her a hug.
Now, notice how she said thick. What in the hell does thick mean to a fucking? What does thick mean to him? To an 8-year-old? Like, ooh, is he gonna look at another 8-year-old girl and say, "Oh, she thick"? What the fuck does thick mean?
Yeah, that was I was breezing past that because I wanted to get it going. But yeah, that's a horrible question to ask as a kid. I don't know. He's all look like he all of 7 or 8. That's like thick is that's it's a sexual thing. Like, I mean,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. She's asking him to assess girls in a grown way that's beyond, his age. Yeah, so that part is just stupid. But let's get back to the funny part.
Okay.
Do you think Mama is skinny or fat? He made a face like he was dying on the inside and just said, "Mama, I'm just gonna give you a hug." Like, that's some funny shit. That is fucking funny.
Said I'm pretty, but what do you consider me to be? Am I skinny? Am I?
Oh wait, hold on, wait. She said, "Am I skinny or fat?" I think he told her she pretty.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you consider mommy? What is mommy? Am I skinny? Mama, you pretty. You ain't gotta go over and hug me and tell me that. Jace, what I know you said I'm pretty, but what do you consider me to be? Am I skinny? Am I fat? What do you consider me?
You are getting fat, but I love you. I'm just saying you are.
He said, "But I love you."
But I love you. You are getting fat, but I love you.
You getting fat. Like he has a point of reference. 9 years ago, you wasn't born. What do you mean? Like you've seen her in the past.
Yeah.
You don't have a past. You're like 8 years old. What do you mean? You like, oh yeah, you getting fat because last year you. No, she's fat.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't fat. What do you consider me?
You are getting fat, but I love you. I'm just saying you are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't want a girl my size.
What? I love you. I'm just saying you getting a little big or like big or something. You getting like fat. You getting big like that.
Yeah. He said fat. Yeah, like you're getting a little big, a little fat. Yeah. We're trying to put it as politely as possible.
He sounded like somebody that got a fire. Like you know how they talk when they firing you from a job, but they don't want to do it. They try to smooth it over as nice as possible. He's handling it like an exit interview. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like yeah, you don't really you don't really work here anymore. I mean, you kind of work here, but you just don't get paid anymore, and you don't have to come in the office, and you know that take-home computer you got, we need you to get that back. But you still kind of like work here, but don't come to the Christmas party. Bye. It's kind of like that.
You are getting fat, but I love you. I'm just saying you are getting a little fat.
Okay, so you don't want a girl my size.
What?
I'm just saying.
I love you. I'm just saying you getting a little big or big or something. You getting like fat. You getting big like that. Yeah.
So you don't.
Oh my goodness, man.
Somebody said he's gonna make a great husband to a slim woman. You damn right. He's gonna make a great husband to a slim woman. That is the difference. See, they're not ready for the new contract, Bernard. Look at her walking around fat with a kid, trying to reinforce the old contract. And once again, that is not my son. That is not my. People say that, especially because he has a red shirt and he got a head like a chess piece. But that is not my son.
Wish you the best in all your future endeavors. That's the tone he had. Like it was like an exit interview. Oh man, that was some funny shit, man. I can't get over that one. That's my first time actually watching. Oh shoot! Thank you, Brenda. She actually found it. I think. Wait, hold on. Is that it? Is that it, or is that something else?
Here, I'll click it.
Yeah, click on it. Let me know if it's something else. I don't got it up.
I don't think you click on it when it's a super chat though. Let me see.
You should be able to. As far as I know, you can. If I think that okay, well, I can. I got it.
Okay.
And says, "Oops, something went wrong." Let me try to refresh. She probably can answer in the chat quicker than what I could bring it up, whether or not she actually sent us just the same video, or if that's another video related to what we're talking about. Which I hope it is a different. I hope it's a completely different video, because
I hope it's another kid telling off his mom.
Yeah, I could use another laugh.
Yeah.
Like, okay, she said it's something else, so I got to try to pull it up. Hold up. Okay, here it. Oh. Okay, you're gonna like this, Game Changer.
Okay.
I can already tell you're gonna like this. And
you getting bigger.
I can already tell you're gonna like this. I'm just gonna say that she sent this just for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump out on a limb and say that this was sent. No, not well. I don't know how the video is going to end, so it may turn into nudes. But I'm going to say Brenda sent this just for you. That is Brenda. And okay, we got to hold on. Let's get that off the screen.
Why she got a bonnet?
I don't know what the bonnet is doing, but okay. But either way, I think.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, fellas, take note. I like the
Game Changer. The hell with whatever you're about to say.
Middle of the
we
stomach.
About to. I think she's dancing, and we're going to push play. So fuck the bonnet. We're going to ignore that.
No. I'm giving compliment. I said I like the line down the middle, fellas. Look for that line down the middle. That separates, essentially making it a 2-pack. It goes down the middle. It's a slight ghostly line that goes down the middle. Look for that in women.
All right.
As soon as I gave her the chance, she took control. Yeah, take control of me. Take control of me. Ayo, take control of me. Take control of me. Yeah. Take control of 2 by 2, 1 by 1. One like say you don't have no man. Pump up it up like a gas station. Pump up it up like a gas station. 2 by 2, 1 by 1. One like say you don't have no man. Pump up it up like a gas station. Pump up it up like a gas station.
All right. And Brenda just. All right. Just going to get not a copyright strike, but a copyright claim on that. And she says, for pleasure of GC and black men, of what they want in a woman.
Exactly. And that's no, until they come like that, then now we begin negotiations. This is where the negotiations begin.
So you want them to come back to the table with some come and get it boots on and basically just dance their way to the table to some Latin music or something like that. That's exactly that's how you want them coming to the
exactly table. Or Jamaican music, yeah.
I don't know if that was Latin or Jamaican. I don't know what it was, but
I'm saying like Jamaican music is also acceptable. Reggae, that's not reggae music is also acceptable. But yeah, that's exactly how you come to a table. These modern chicks, especially the Gen X bitches, they're not ready to do that. You know, they just try to convince you otherwise. They try to convince you to get they're improper negotiations. You come with shorts like that and the ghostly outline that goes down the stomach part, then we can negotiate. Outside of that, I don't want to hear shit.
All right.
You ever been in salary negotiations and then they say some absurd shit and you just walk out? That's how these bitches are coming.
They coming to the table. By the time they make it there, they're sitting down and they out of breath. Like they expended a lot of energy just getting up and walking to the table.
Exactly.
But shout out to Brenda, Flip and Float Nation. Yeah. But
no, people talking about the bonnet. But see, at least she makes it to the table. She makes it to the table, and then you can make your list of demands, like no bonnets, no bonnets unless you're actually in bed. Yeah, as part of a hair care ritual, not just general presentation. Like you can make that as part of the thing, but she's willing to listen because she's already put in the work.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, for those that don't know, and when I used to do the show with the women on Friday, one of the things that was unearthed in there, like Brenda used to be overweight. I think the picture's still on her Instagram. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. She probably was like 100 pounds heavier than that. So yeah, definitely put in the work. We commend that. High five. Good job.
So
it
can be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody said you're not down with the flip and float. Well, do you like a flip and float or do you like them a little bigger? I heard that about you.
What are you talking about?
You.
Me?
Do you prefer flip and float or do you prefer them thicker? You like
I like more ass and thicker thighs, but I mean no, there's no problem right there what I'm saying with Brendan, but yeah, small waist, wide hips, thicker thighs, and a big ass. I'm with it. I mean, I've shown my woman, so yeah, so there's but no, I like some thickness, but one of the biggest reasons I showed my woman is because I want to make it clear what I'm talking about when I'm talking about thick. I'm not talking about what other people talking about when they talking about thick. They talking about some other shit. What I'm talking about when I'm talking about thick is not what other people are talking about. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic.
That brother has a whole different definition of thick.
Yeah. So that made me say that's why I started. That's why I showed pictures. It was on my Instagram. Actually, it's down now. But yeah. But no, I like some thickness. I like some thickness. Like to see booty meat jiggling. But yeah, but no, still in favor and support of Flip and Float Nation. Yeah. But Wes M in the building says after the Rio trip. Oh, yeah, I already read that one. Too Cool for School says proving Black women are the worst stewards of children. Yeah, that was bad. And this was the supporting super chat that went that yeah, she put this video right there. So yeah, that was cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I do like the video. And I think I'm in her Instagram, so I'll check it out. I'll check out the whole thing.
You check out what, Brenda's Instagram?
No, check out this video in the Instagram. Oh, wait a minute, it's on YouTube. Never mind.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it's a whole connected YouTube channel. But no, shout out to Brenda. He said Mr. Fantastic like big woman, but he's 6'9". Nah, he's 6'4" or 6'5", but I don't know how tall you are. What that got to do with how wide you want a woman to be. I don't know. I don't know. No, he is
width, yeah.
But what it's worth, he is a big dude. I mean, but still, yeah. But
no, I want to show y'all something too. I want to show y'all something too about the negotiation. So it's in the private chat.
Okay, and yeah, this just in. It's only one video on her YouTube channel, but anyway, but she probably just picked up about 45 subs. But anyway, let's see. Go to the private chat, see what's going on here.
No. See, I like Flip and Float for long term because you know that, and I was telling somebody on my channel that too. She was talking about some chick, Meg Thee Stallion or something like that. I'm like, that's the after, but Kelly Stamps is the before. Like the Brenda Kelly Stamps type shape, that's the before. And then you have like 8 kids, and then after they turn into Meg Thee Stallion. So that's the Meg Thee Stallion is the worst case scenario. You don't want to start.
I like them. Yeah, and see, I like them at Meg Thee Stallion's level of thickness. Like that's what I like them at. But I understand the flaw in that because they're long term. There's nowhere to go.
Exactly. There's nowhere to go but up on the scale. So, you get the flip and float, and then you retire your penis to Meg Thee Stallion. Now, look at how messy this bitch's room is compared to Brenda. See, you look at the details. When you looked at Brenda's house, it was clean. Her place was clean. Look at this shit. Look at the background here. So that's what she's bringing to the table. A lifetime of a messy ass bitch. That is what she's bringing to the table. She's not even clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the crazy therapist chick. And yeah, I'm not shocked. Everything about her is messy. Her background be always messy. And she be dressing like she robbed a thrift store. I mean, like,
exactly.
Yeah.
You think you
everything
can bring her to the table? Like, you look at how somebody approached the table, and if she's approaching a table like that with a messy ass house. Listen. I'm a sloppy ass motherfucker. I think I told you that. However, I'm a man, and it's okay. Bitch, what the fuck is wrong? You're supposed to complete me. I am incomplete being sloppy. I could be messy my goddamn self. Like, what are you providing at this point? You gonna mess up my mess? Fuck you. Need a clean woman that flips and floats. What kind of shit is this?
Mm-hmm.
And do the stuff that I forget to do without complaint. If you see me, this is my table. If you see that I left the toothpaste off the toothpaste cap off the toothpaste, shut the fuck up and put it on. I don't want to hear shit about it. I want to the next time I brush my teeth, I want to just think it's magic. Like, oh dang, how the cap always get back on the toothpaste? That's you. That's what you do. I don't want to hear shit. You erasing my mistakes. You just do it.
Bruh man says Brenda's got a baby, if not want one. Boom, boom, ping. All right, yeah. Oh man, that's funny. All right.
Somebody said, what do flip and float mean? Basically, flip and float is a woman who, if you throw her up in the air, she either flips like a gymnast or she floats like a ballerina. But if you throw them up in the air, they don't just flop down and take the whole cheerleading pyramid with them. You ever see those cheerleading pyramids where they throw the girl in the air and shit, and then she turns into a ninja for a second, and then she comes back down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's flip. Float is when you throw a ballerina up in the air, but she don't come down quick. She don't come down at the regular gravity, 9.8 meters per second. She don't come down at the regular gravity rate because she's better than regular women. That is how you determine the goodness of a woman. When you drop them, whoever falls first, hits the ground first, is the worst bitch. That's how that works. And the louder the sound it makes. So yeah, if you drop two bitches, the one that hits the ground first with a loud ass sound, that is the worst bitch.
And so you got to go around like tossing chicks in the air to do this experiment, though.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to be strong. You got to be, you got to work out yourself so you can toss a bitch in the air and see what happens.
But are they like you doing this conduct this experiment outside? I mean, like, are there mattresses on the ground, or you just tossing them?
No. Well, typically you don't have to do the experiment, especially at their house, because like if there's a bunch of cracks in the cement in the driveway, then chances are that bitch somebody already did it. They threw her up in the air, and that's where that crack came from. So fuck that. No.
So it sound like a thud. It sound like a plop. Like when they hit the ground. That ain't good. And they got this is Game Changers thing. Yeah, he like to toss chicks in the air and see if they like float to the ground versus just like plop. So anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no matter what, a lot of chicks, they're not really ready for the table like that. They're not. They got messy rooms and all kind of crap going on in their life. That how you gonna come to the table? You offer nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there is.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. There is a hierarchy of women, and a lot of women don't want to get down with this new hierarchy, so you can't negotiate with them. They're so far gone. Like, you could look at them and tell that you have nothing to offer. Like, the list. No, because
okay, wait. Hold on. This is funny. It says GC is actually right. I lost weight because my male dancers kept on wanting to use me for example for our co-ed team, but I was just too heavy. I was just too heavy. I wonder, did they have the conversation with you like the little boy and his mama when they gave you a hug? You pretty, but yeah, you've gotten fat,
it's
and
the gravity.
so you're too heavy to throw. Like that's what they.
I'm picturing like a guy with an orange vest coming up and be like, "Hey son, you got to lift from your knees when you're lifting this one." I'm picturing like a safety guy just coming like, "Hey, you got to lift from your knees, son. You don't want to break your back out in 10 years." Like, I'm picturing that guy helping somebody try to lift old Brenda. I'm picturing that happen.
Oh man,
crap!
That's fun. All right, I was about to wrap it up. This was we about to wrap this thing on up. I would like to formally thank everybody who participated today, everybody who contributed to the show. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to those that came through on the Cash App in Paul Game, and somebody with a weird Cash App name called Marriage or Nah, or Marriage or Hell Nah, or something like that. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who super chatted, liked, shared, subscribed, watched in indifference, or did anything to support. There you go, Marriage or Hell Nah. I have no idea. But anyway, everybody who liked, shared, subscribed, watching in difference, anything to support the stream anyway. And thank you, special thanks and shout out to Brenda for sending that video personally to Game Changer. Because okay, I'm
wait a minute. Her guy
I'm just
"Ow, my back." She kept hearing
I kept on hearing a guy say, "Oh wow!" So they was trying to do the male cheerleading thing, throwing her in the air, spinning, and all of that, and she was too damn big. Damn, that's fucked up. They was hurting their back.
That's what. Have you ever seen, like, what kind of dance was this? Like, I've never seen like a big ballerina. Now, granted, I'm not a ballet dude, but I mean, I know that big women, because fat women got big lungs, so I know that they in the operas. I know that they be in the operas with a Viking helmet on and they sing at the end of it, but like, I didn't know that they be at ballets like that too.
All right, we getting up to air. Thank you, everybody, and yeah, check out RM, Moderator of the Year. Got her little channel right there. Please subscribe to my little channel that could, which is all about 1950s housewifery and retro sensibilities. Yeah, go subscribe to that one as well. I know y'all subscribe to Brenda, but don't forget RM. She always doing work for everybody in this space. So shout out to her. But all right, yeah, we out of here. And I think I saw a Little Big Nate link floating through there too. Make sure y'all subscribe to Little Big Nate. He just had to start another channel, so yeah, subscribe to him. Try to get him going as well. So shout out to Nate. Shout out to everybody in the building. We out of here. Peace. We gone.